What are you about to do?
I'm about to roll up.
You rolling another one?
Yeah.
Oh. Why?
Hmm.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Why?
Oh. I don't think it's necessary.
Nigga, you about to cry?
No.
Oh,
I'm
hell
already
no.
How much higher are you trying to get?
This boy high.
Take me home.
Let's go.
Oh, oh man! Welcome back.
Yeah, we took a week off.
Yeah, it was a good week for me. I ain't gonna lie, because I went and visited Chuck on Tilt.
Yeah.
Spent a week up there with Patrick Roadrunner Media, and I was trying to get my strength built up for War in the Woods. Just what that was for.
That's the guy to go see.
Yeah, and
Chuck's awesome.
man, well, I think we smoked probably easily 2.5 ounces between me, him, and his boy.
Nice. Did you run into Ed out there?
No, he lives north of there. Plus he had his kids vacation or school starting and stuff like that, and it was the wrong time for me to go up there. It wasn't never a good time, never a bad time to go to Colorado.
Yeah, I've never been there, but it looks like a beautiful state.
Yeah, man. I don't think it got over 80 degrees there all week long, and then it was in the 50s at night. Man.
Then you came home.
Yeah, and now it's 110 here. It's still 109 here right now.
It's been way nice up here. It's like 70 degrees all day. Blue skies, big thick clouds.
107.
Sweet. It was sweet.
My app didn't update here on the bottom of my TV. What are we smoking on here, people?
Bad Apple. Man, dude. I think someone came in the store today, I think, and bought Bad Apple. Maybe we have Bad Apple up there. I don't know. I heard about Bad Apple, though. I don't know if I've smoked it. Maybe I have, but I don't remember. Some Willie's Reserve showed up today. Some Ice Kush. Yeah, Ice Kush. Man, that was really good. Strong.
Well, I was talked into something because you don't go to Colorado, and of course I was in New Mexico too. So that's a dual state there that loves cannabis, and yeah, he does, doesn't he? So I was talked into getting it's a Puffco, whatever it is, so we're gonna be doing dabs all night, people.
Oh man, Lippy's gonna be passed out before the end of this.
And then I think he said you can put your cart on this thing too. I think, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I think you can. So, but shit, what better time to load one up than right now? You heard me? We'll be smoking on stuff from E's and B's podcast. I don't know what it is.
Which we did a really cool shoot for E's and B's this Friday on E's and B's, his 200th episode. Do not miss it. It's got me, Limpy, and Happy on there. And that was a lot of fun. Yeah. And Ed's an amazing human being. Everyone should be watching or listening to the E's and B's podcast.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Big Stank kind of hooked me up to when he has his Puffco little hand palmer thing that you can kind of like, and we hit that thing and that's pretty good. Yeah.
Well,
yep. Oh, looky there.
Woo! Look at that thing back there. My God.
Look at the head on that.
Both. Good golly.
Well, the show just went to hell, boys. Let's go.
I love it. I already told him.
Over here.
Dude, I've got all sorts of good stories with Sherm, man. Trying to blow his shit up, smoking him out one time.
Yeah, you hang out with you got to stay on duty.
That's what I told him. I was like, we're gonna watch the video in a second because I found it and pulled it up. But yeah, I was like, oh my god. I was like, I got some good ones with Sherm, man. We've been racing for a while.
I got one right here. Hold on. It's a little teaser for when Sherm gets on here. So here we go.
You smoking my weed too? I'm gonna kill you
Maybe
and Smokey
not.
because you playing with my emotions. You heard?
There we go.
No, I don't think you got to worry about that, Limpy.
I don't know. That one war in the woods, he was seeing me on stop signs trying to drive home.
Dude, setting across the aisle from you is bad enough.
That's what I'm saying. The one time I was like, man, dude, all of a sudden I walked over to Sherm's to talk to Sherm, and he's like, I walked in his trailer and I kind of thought, man, is this dude burning weed? Because it reeks like weed in here. And the first words out of his mouth were, bro, I can't pit by you anymore.
No, bro, I had to leave. My wife and somebody else was in there. And I come back about 15 minutes later and they was just all giggling.
It's part of my strategy. You know what I mean? Like, I figured I can, when they talk about getting in someone's head, I legit mean getting in someone's head.
Phew, don't take much of that stuff.
I wanted to just slow his reaction time right down.
I
think you'd already won like 3 in a row. I had to try something.
Yeah.
Did it work?
I don't remember.
So,
I got too high trying to like get him. Oh. No, we've had a lot of good times. Let's start off. Give everyone a little bit of a rundown, you know, how you got into racing. What was that like? Racing Henley Ford and Nikola Tesla.
That
was back before I parted the seas, I think.
Limpy, you're not that far off from me, buddy.
He's trying though, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, my dad was always around it. My dad was a mechanic. I was always around it. And just regular racing style, man. I raced motocross, I raced quads. Always been around engines. And one thing led to another. I had kids and I got out of it for a long time because I wanted better for them. We always do. And didn't work. One of them still going the same route. So
yeah, I saw that.
I think I met him.
Yeah, you have. You know him. He's the total opposite of me.
Yes.
Wouldn't say shit if he had a mouthful of
it. He's a good kid, though.
So when I first started seeing you, you were no time grudge racing, shooting flames.
Yeah, I mean, I was back in like Pesos, streetcar shootouts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've always raced on the streets. I'm from the streets, about the streets. Don't get to do much of the streets where I'm at all.
No, you come up here a ton, though.
Yeah, some. For some reason here, last year or two, everything just the stars don't line up, I guess.
No, it happens sometimes. Like I've had a shitty time this year. Like, so we were gonna go last weekend, and I went to pull my car out of the trailer to throw Jeff's in there because we were gonna go test it during the day and then go street race mine at night. And when we went to pull mine out, Bobby jumped in it to pull it out, and he's not, used to it. And you know how these race cars are with the pedals; they're all usually all crazy in there. He went to stab the brakes and hit the gas pedal, and it just broke the cable. Well, I was like, no biggie, we'll throw the cable together when we get back. And as we pushed it in the garage, we had a little bit of time, so I popped the hood off, and like the throttle body was locked up. I was like, whoa, this is weird. And then when I got home and ended up, I don't know, at 10 o'clock, I started like fucking with it because I was just going to get a new one, and then ended up fixing it, but ended up missing the street race because, you know what I mean?
Sounds like it could have been a lot worse, though, really.
Well, that's why I didn't want to test it, because I thought, man, if this thing sticks wide, I don't want to stick wide open on the street.
Yeah, bad news.
If I can help it.
Right.
I feel like I would jump right to the off switch, but when we crashed at War in the Woods, I felt like I'd jump right to the chute, and I don't know what happened. Like it didn't go that way. So
yeah, well, when things going on in a car like that, it's hard to all kinds.
yeah.
Of
So at that point, I was like, I really want to, like make a test hit somewhere that's a lot safer, ready to grab the shoot. Like completely in the zone of, is this going to work? Rather than I'm racing this guy, because you know what happens when you do that.
Oh yeah.
So what made you switch to no prep?
Close to the street. I mean, it's like racing on the street. The back of the track type stuff. It's, man, if I can race, I'm going to do it. I don't care what it is, but I prefer that. I've been front side, going fast. I've done all that. I'm getting older, and I went 180 mile an hour in a truck on the front side and said, this thing ain't designed for this. So what do I do to slow it down?
Down the track at 180.
Yeah, so I'm like, what do I do to slow it down? And then I got into the no prep, and it was all over. I mean, I just loved it.
And now we're heading right back for that speed.
Yeah. And I'm already bitching about it. I'm like, I don't know, man.
We'll run hard tire next year.
New rule, let's race 330.
There's a couple tracks doing that. Like
Yeah.
a West Virginia track or something's doing that, and seems like they're getting cars there.
Yep. As I get older, it's just weird, I guess. It's, some people say you're scared. I'm like, you get my age someday, I guess.
For me, it's more money. You know what I mean? Like when you go that fast, you break parts.
Oh, well, gotcha. I thought you were talking big money races, and I'm not about that.
No, we can tell from the two cars you got there in the background, or the one that's hiding over there. You paint them all green, just like all that money you got.
No, it's all right there. I don't have it.
And then his son just bought a green rolling chassis too. I mean, like you just can't hide.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait for that. That's going to be a winter thing, but it will be together.
I think you're going to find out that thing's going to be way sweet with the combo you're going with and stuff. It's
a wicked bad motor. I mean,
it's going to be sweet.
I've heard stories and I can't wait. And plus, I've already seen the guys starting to say stock floor, stock firewall. Well, guess what? I got a surprise. We're building another one. We will fit the rules, and I'm going to do the same damn thing.
This one right here is stock floor, stock firewall, all steel, all glass, power windows, door panels, dash.
Yep. They'll just come up with some other kind of rule because they're going to be pissed again.
Yeah, they'll tell me no more big blocks or something. Or
Oh yeah, I've already seen that.
I know. It happens.
I
don't care. All of us badasses will just race the same race every week with all of us in it. I don't care. If that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. Like,
I'm going to go to the dark side. I might be wearing a mask, but it is going to be Coyote, Turbo. Should fit all the criteria.
No,
should be a bad deal.
Bill's here in the comments. Bill heard me right after Uncaged. All I could keep saying is I want to put a Coyote in my car this winter. I don't, my car's doing really good this year, and we have an amazing handle on what to do to make it do what. So I don't want to change it until the end of the year, but I don't know. When you watch someone like Brian White switch from LS to Coyote and go to the Final Four of War in the Woods in the first event with it, I don't know. Maybe the change isn't that drastic. You know what I mean?
Brian's just a bad dude. Man,
I know that's such a bad example because that dude is like some sort of fucking magician.
And I love Brian, man. You can go to any track anytime, talk to him, good conversation, good dude.
And he's a force wherever he goes. Like from the beginning, like I love Brian because I made like $3,000 off him one year, just literally going to places that he was at, no one knowing who he was, and going up and betting. Because he was drawing fast people, and I could just clean house. Like one starting line bet, I bet like 6 people and made like over $1,000 on just one race, just because no one had a clue who he was, and I just knew from the 3 races with him and talking to him, I was like, like this guy is going to be real fast. I actually got a call from Schoolboy. Is the first time I ever found out about Brian White. This is so crazy. Schoolboy and me used to always talk. Now he races RC cars, so he probably talks to Phil. But
he's another good dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love Schoolboy. I always give him shit though. He called me and was instantly like, "Yo, I raced this Brian White dude on the street. I think Nick got him, but he's like, dude, he is right there." And he had this weird stuff going through his floor down to the rear end, and like, and if you know Brian White, like, he's always got some crazy setup going on that's just no one else is doing. Yeah, he's
and when he talks, he's just like he makes you not really feel dumb, but he makes me feel dumb because I know I'm dumb. But I mean, he's really intelligent person.
Yeah, I feel like he also explains it in a way where when you're not you're understanding it. Like, you fully understand what his objective is and how he's doing it. And yeah, he's a great dude.
He's his car is one of the reasons why we're doing this car. The boy doesn't know it yet, but he's not getting the car back until I make it a proven winner. So then
I don't think it's going to take long. I really don't.
I think I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for him.
Yeah. So what is your favorite race of all time? You can go back to when you were bracket racing 12-second cars to no time to when was it the funnest?
I mean, there was a time that racing wasn't fun for me. And everybody's always bitching and whining and crying and all this shit. And then I started to figure out it's not them. It's me letting them get in my way. So I just blowed all that shit out. If I have a bad time at the track, it's my fault, not anybody else's.
Damn right.
So, man, as far as one to stick out, off the top of my head, I really don't know. Probably, and I was aggravated that night, but the night that we was up one of the spots there in Michigan on the street, and a bunch of good old boys out there racing, and I got so much shit in the truck going across the finish line with the tires off the ground.
Was that Snow Road?
I believe it was, where they were standing on a curb, and I was kind of like, come on, guys, get them off the curbs.
Oh, yeah. That was Battle Creek.
And
it was rolling, though.
That was a good time. I mean, that was
a good night. We pulled the whole race off at one spot. Limpy, the same spot you've been to.
Oh, I was going to ask, is that the good spot?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most, as crazy as this is, at least of nowadays, probably the most famous spot in Michigan, or at least. I mean, I shouldn't say that because some of those, like Pontiac and some of those Detroit spots are iconic, but
there was a bunch of cars. We was there all night. We never really had any issues.
No, I think the cop pulled in, remember, and told us not to leave. I just wanted to look at the cars and pulled out.
I just hit the burnout and was coming up to the thing, and he come at me with his lights on. I'm like, I'm screwed.
Yeah. That's always
somehow we got out of that. But it's, I mean, as long as I can race. Like this year, dude, it sucked. My back, as you all know, I've had back trouble. I blew it out this winter hauling salt because I plow lots. So I've been fighting it since March. I just didn't have no drive, no go. I went to a few races, but I wasn't me. I muscled through it. I wanted to get through the summer, and I couldn't do it. It got so bad that I had to go do something. So this year for me has pretty much been a wash. I'm still here. I'm feeling a lot better. There for a while.
How's the old back now?
Man, for a while, Limpy, I'm like, I think I did the wrong thing doing this.
Man, that's why I didn't. That's why I've never.
It scares me. I mean, it scares me a bunch. The doctor that I went to was actually pretty well known for doing it. I just wasn't going to go to any doctor. And here the last week, it has just been like a total flip-flop. I'm like, hey, and I'm ready. But thank God for my wife. I couldn't have done any of this without her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That woman takes way too good a care of me. And she's had to wait on me hand and foot, dude. It's been bad. It's been bad. And she's kept me out of the car because I would have already been in it. Well, tomorrow, I'm going testing. It's my first day back in the car.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're going to see if I can manage, if I can make it, and go from there.
How long has it been?
About a month and 2 weeks. They wanted to keep me out, and this is
I was
the
about to say, was it 8 to 12 weeks or something like that? Is what they
He said
was
3
back
months.
in the day.
3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
And
Fuck that.
Oh, he got it.
I did talk to him a little bit about it. He said it's not. He said, you're in a good supportive seat. I'm like, yeah. He said, I don't think taking off would be the problem. It's if you come to a bad stop. So
essentially, as long as you don't have any issues, it's probably okay. As long as you don't.
I'm crazy. I guess I shouldn't even be thinking about it because it's my back, man. But
yeah,
dude, I'm bouncing off the walls. I just can't hardly deal with it much.
Yeah, you're watching a bunch of slow people like me win.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I'm happy for all my friends.
No, I know that, but I know how it is. You're sitting there going, damn, I could have betted that one.
What procedure did you have?
I'm sorry?
What procedure did you have?
Well, I went in and they were supposed to, my L4 and L5, I blew the cartilage out in between it. Mm-hmm. It was bone on bone. Mm-hmm. So they was originally just supposed to put in some cadaver bone and fuse it all together, I guess. And when I come out, I had a 10 to 12 inch scar on my back. I thought this was just going to be a little insertion.
That's what
they ended up doing a bone graft, removing some bone spurs, and putting 2 pins in. And there was a degenerative disc or bulging disc, and that was removed. So they did a lot more than what they were supposed to. And I'm like, I'd rather just get it all done at once and be done with it.
Yeah, that's
so I was glad they did, but it put me down. I mean, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share a video real quick, Sherm, and we'll talk about it here right after.
Sure.
Because we had a couple questions about it, or a guy commented it was one of the coolest things he's seen.
My mom.
You're gonna do a burnout and everything. That is sweet. 78-year-old mother. Oh, dude,
hell yeah.
She is the sweetest grandma ever. Why not? Dude. So if anyone's wondering right now, Sherm Baker is making a test pass with his, I think he said 78 or 80. How old? I think it's 78-year-old mother. This is probably one of the dopest things I've ever seen. If you want to come right out, you can. There's no one in this lane. You're good. You get a sweet shot. He's got a 78-year-old mother in there. I don't ever shut up, do I?
You want the truth? Give me a lie to you.
He just told her to brace herself. Oh, I heard about it afterward. I'm not 78. She was like 74.
I like 78.
Let it hang too.
I know.
Hell yeah.
Gave her a rip.
Hell yeah.
That
That's fucking
was
sweetest.
that was one of probably my better moments, Jasper. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, that was so cool, man.
That was a
And
good
then
time.
here, real quick, are we still on there? Why'd that change?
Yes, you're still on there. We're on your Facebook though.
Okay. This is one of Sherm's worst moments.
Yeah.
So here,
not worse, but definitely scariest.
So we'll get.
Oh, we got
get put out.
It's going.
So the front half,
we got band.
I can go.
barrel burn.
here with a. Well, I mean,
Best
there's
thing
at
in the
least,
world when
15
cans or some shit
cars.
bottle shoot out that motherfucker.
Did you count the red one?
Oh shit!
That's Sherm's white truck.
Yeah, that's my truck.
I just went live, boys.
Like, look again. Look at like my guys are sitting
I counted all
over
those down
the
there.
fire. Sean and Maynard got their hands over it.
Oh shit!
So then, hold up. This gets even crazier.
Earl apart.
Just after Jasper got done apologizing for the whole.
Okay, listen.
It's good time though already. I mean, if you guys aren't here, you're missing it.
This is so good.
Is dude's eyebrows burnt off or what? Oh!
Oh,
What is in there?
Play it again. I missed it.
Oh!
Holy!
What is in there?
At this point, Sherm's not smiling anymore.
Oh god, it was so good. And it was all caught on Avery's live. Like, so to give context to the story, we went to English Mountain. Sherm was there, you know, so we're buddies. So he reluctantly parked next to us. I think you even asked something like, "Am I good here?" Like,
oh, yeah, more than once. More than once.
And I was like, "Yeah, you're good." So what had happened is everyone had these burn barrels. It was freezing, remember? It was like pretty cold.
Yeah.
And everyone was lighting these burn barrels. So my guys went and grabbed some wood and looked in it. We did look in it, and it was just a ton of ash. Well, unfortunately, the people that must have been there the weekend before threw 2 of those green propane tanks, like that you use on a little portable grill, and they were in the bottom of it. So when they started the fire, it eventually got hot, and the first one blew up. And remember, dude, like, I don't think the video does that justice because, dude, it shook the ground for probably 2 miles.
Shit was falling down out of the air for another 2 minutes.
Like, it was a fucking wild explosion, dude. And then the second one went off later, and we didn't know. Like, remember the track guys come up, and we're like, I don't know what happened, you know? And after the second one, they were wanting to kind of kick us out. And I remember walking down to the driver's meeting, and like the first thing Matt Rice said is he looked right at me and our guys, and he was like, "That was you, wasn't it?" I was just like, "Yeah, that was us." Like, that was us.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment.
No, we're pretty wild. I don't know, or at least wild finds us or whatever. We probably.
But that race at the track with my mother, that's something that I'll never forget.
No,
that was
yeah.
I think you won that night, right?
No, actually, no. I was having trouble with the truck. Every pass, it was wanting to go sideways, and
you made it to the final though. At least
I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I got mad, and I'm like, I'm just gonna put the radios on it because I think I got a bad tire, and I put the radios on it, and my wife and my mother was there watching, and my wife come up and said, "Your mom wants to go for a ride."
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Careful what you ask for, because I can make it happen." And I went up and asked, and nobody had a problem with it. I said, "Come on, Mom, get in the truck." And at first, I'm like, okay, I was going to take off decent and then let it, because I've been having trouble. and then just let it go after that. And I took off, and the damn thing was like it was on rails. I got halfway out there. I'm like, well, hell. When we took off, she yelled. I'm like, that was either a good thing or a bad thing. And we got about half the way out there, 3/4 of the way out. I'm like, what the hell? I hit the scramble.
I was going to ask if you hit the scramble.
I hit the scramble, and she yelled again. And I'm like, well, this is going to be interesting. And on the return road, I see her helmet over there bobbling. It's going like this. I'm like, oh, I just messed up. She's over there bawling. And I'm like, you all right? And I look at her, and she looks at me, and I can tell in the helmet, she's the chick. She's just grinning from ear to ear. I'm like, you can take the helmet off, Ma. She took it off, and she's laughing. I'm like, what was the yelling all about? She goes, you took off? She says, I couldn't breathe. My chest, she says, I couldn't breathe. And then, I don't know what happened mid-track, but it did it to me again. It was quite the trip.
Sherm's grabbing the scramble button.
And, dude, ever since, she's always like going to the races. She hasn't got to go much. Ever since, she wants back in the truck. She wants another ride. And
That's awesome.
Afterwards, I'm like, she got one once. It was an enjoyable moment with my mom, but I'll probably never do it again.
Yeah. At least you got that.
I loved it. It was cool. It was way cool, man. Everyone there was.
Neither one of us are ever going to forget it.
No, we won't either.
She's been in the truck before. I mean, it's a streetcar. She drove around with me, and always liked it.
They were dogging.
She's always supported me 100% on whatever it is I do.
Good deal. Yeah, that's good.
So you can
good to have your family and have your back too.
Yeah.
Even if you're not doing the right thing, but they still got your back.
So I thought it'd be
that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying they agree with it all the time, but they always support. I mean,
yeah.
I only have one slice on it.
Was you in a lot of pain after the surgery, or was there relief? John Bree wants to know.
And it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but when in the recovery, it was like I was sleeping and then I was awake. And when I woke up, it felt like somebody hit me in the lower back with a sledgehammer. And I did not make no friends in the recovery room. And they're like, we didn't give you anything because we need to know how bad the pain is. They found out right quick. Got me on some medication. And then after that, I could tell I had a surgery. As far as the pain, it just felt, and I'm pretty sure it's where they put the pins. Basically what they did, easiest way for me to explain it, you remember the old days when they had them 2 bolts with the clamps that you would put in between coil springs to spread them apart?
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what they did. And it feels like somebody's got their thumb in my back right there, just pushing constantly. I dealt with that real bad for the first couple weeks, 3 weeks. It was more annoying than anything, and I really couldn't bend over. Not really bad pain, I guess. It's just you can't do anything.
Have you tweaked it yet a little bit? Have you tweaked?
Yeah,
went the wrong way yet?
I did.
Let me guess, your dog jumped on you?
No, actually, this thing did.
Of course.
I'm in the house going nuts, and David, my wife, everybody's way supportive. They don't want me doing nothing. I'm not supposed to lift a gallon of milk. I'm like, you know what we do, guys. This ain't gonna work. For a month, I didn't. Okay, I got to feeling pretty good. I'm like, I got this. And I come out here and I got to playing around, I guess, and moving a couple things that I shouldn't have. And the next day, I hurt pretty good. I was like, Oh, I hope I didn't. Actually, honestly, I thought I messed it up. Give it a couple days, it come back. This last week, no comparison to the way that I was feeling. The worst part about it all is I could walk 330 feet, let's say. I would be so fatigued that I felt like I walked 20 miles.
Mm-hmm.
My hips and my legs hurt so bad, it wasn't funny. Now, I don't know if it's because I wasn't doing anything. And
It's
now
all
I
the
try
joints
to walk.
bound up and stuff.
Yeah, and I've been walking every day. It's been getting better. I still ain't fighting with that knuckleheaded dog of mine. I want no part of that. That he doesn't know how to be careful. He's got damn paws like bear claws.
He's got the outdoor rambunctious in him.
Dude, he's a brute. He does not know how big he is.
Yeah. Oh, most big dogs don't.
He's big.
Most big dogs don't know how big they are.
Yep.
What is he? 70 pounds?
He's 130 headed to 140.
Oh my!
I was going to say probably at least double that.
Yeah, he's a handful. And
them dogs ain't little.
Yeah, what kind?
He's so lovable. It's not funny.
And that's what people don't understand about the breed, that they get a bad rap and stuff because of a couple of bad apples. But
I think that's more the people doing that than the animal.
Yeah, and people are the worst things on this earth when it comes to stuff like that.
Yep, I've had a couple. I was like what you're saying, Limpy. I wanted nothing to do with them, and my troublemaking kid that he ended up getting one and bringing it to the house. I'm like, after I told him no way, 6 months later I had one, and ever since I've had one.
Yeah, when I went to Arizona, he told me the story about it, and I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Man, animals, believe it or not, people, animals are the best thing that ever happened to you, whether you like it or not. Where you think
the dog that I had before the one I got now, Dozer, a lot of the people at the track knew him. How we had a connection like I'll never have with any other animal or person. I got the other dog, and he did make me feel better. And I do love this dog, but there's never going to be another Dozer. That dog was better than any person that I know. He was amazing.
Oh.
So if testing goes well, are you what, Magnolia, or what are you thinking?
I got two options. We'll see how it goes. Magnolia or JJ's Arm Drop down at Muncie.
Let's see if I can bring these over. Dang, JJ still does stuff?
I guess.
I don't know, man. And Sherm, you're up there along with me, but I get where I don't even do. I get on social media for like 5 minutes for the entire week, and that's about it. And that's just to post up, hey, I'm going here, blah blah, and then I get off. Best thing in the world, man. Best thing in the world. God dang, man.
I'm on it way more than I should, just to check, and I don't know. I posted the dogs in the car.
Oh yeah, that's what I wish there was just like a dog and car, Facebook. Then I would be all right. Fire it up. What'd you do? Blinker? Hey, I did a blinker with this Pupco a while ago. I had a Pupco blinker a while ago, and
Mike showed up with his Puffco, so I thought if you're doing dabs, I had to call him over.
Did you do a blinker?
You dabs too. It ain't a blinker, it's a dab rig, and it just fucking blows you out. Sherm knows what I'm talking about.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
I'm trying to get this to load up, Sherm, but I don't know.
I'm trying to they sent me videos of pictures
of the
videos of your dog. Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason
I can't get it to I can't. If I play it on here from Facebook from there, it'll be like real small. Nobody will be able to see it. Let me do this.
He gets a little more pop out of him. We'll take him to the track, but I'm so busy at the track that the wife's got to go because she's got to take care of the dog. So I won't just leave him around the pit or, you know, you go to a track or something like that. Don't just let your damn dogs run wild. Keep somebody there to keep her eye on them.
Yeah, my dog. I've only took my dog to the track one time, and it was when we were testing there by ourselves, and it actually shocked me because my dog's kind of timid about things.
Yeah,
didn't even care, man. Came right up to the line, and like as I was on the chip, I glanced out of the corner of my eye, and he was sitting right at the door, like, "Where are you going? Like, let me in." And Bill had to pull him back, and we took off. But yeah, we couldn't let him just roam.
Yeah. But, like I was
sent you
saying
them.
about,
See if you can load them.
I tried. I've tried 3 times.
Oh, they send them to you too?
Yeah, James.
No.
Then I tried to confirm his friend request, and then
No, I sent them in the messenger.
I fucking have too many friends, so I got to go through and find someone to delete to add them or whatever. And I don't know. I can see it on my phone, but I can't see it on.
You can't.
I can't like screen share it. But that's one of your puppies, Sherm.
Yeah.
Playing with a raccoon.
What? Whose pup's that?
James Stewart.
Oh, okay. Yep. He actually got 2 of them.
Yeah, he sent another video too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'm.
Okay.
And that was kind of rough too. You have all them pups to let them go to good homes. Dude, I'm that person. I'm not just gonna. Anybody that wanted them.
Wait.
And
you can't.
And those guys, absolutely awesome people, and I'm glad them dogs are at their house.
Yeah, they look like they're having fun. That's pretty cool.
Them dogs are well taken care of. Ronnie Compton's got one. It's spoiled. Every one of them. Even Wadji up there in Canada got one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the breed.
What's that?
They want to know what breed.
It's an American Bully. Bully XL. Gary at Pacemakers, he's got one. That was. I'm not a breeder, dude. It was an accident that happened in the first place. But then the wife fell in love, so we had to keep 2 of those. Now I got 4 of them. Yep.
This sounds about right.
It's hell around here at all times anymore.
We had 5 at one time. Now we're down to 1. Old Poopy, wherever he's at. He's around here somewhere. He's the old man.
Was the JJ deal from the front side of Muncie?
Yep.
That's pretty fast.
Supposedly they're going to move it out 100, 150 feet.
So fast.
It should still be relatively fast, and it's a front side.
I don't know. We might go do that. I wonder, what did this guy say? Friday was grudge or something. So Friday there's test hits?
Dude, it's messed up because we changed some shit on the hot rod. I wanted to check my back. Tomorrow they're doing a track rental there. One side's radio prep. And they didn't think they was going to do anything the other side. I said, I'm good with that. I just want to go down the track.
Yeah.
They got back with me today and said there's no testing allowed. It's in the contract.
It's just for their stuff.
Just for radio guys. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I said, can't you test on Friday? Yeah. Hey, it's got me. Makes no sense. Typical racing these days.
I'm telling you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
A lot of weird stuff this year. It's been an interesting year. Like you said, we have fun. If no one showed up, we probably still have fun. I mean, so for us, we don't really care, but it's still been amazing to watch.
Dude, I got, there's people like you, but the people that help me out and the people that are there, if you're with the right crowd, there's no reason why you should have a bad time at the racetrack.
I agree.
There's a bunch of crap that goes on that I think people just want the attention, if you want my opinion.
No, I'm sure.
Some of it is they've got a legal bitch. I'm one that, I'm sorry, but if something ain't right, I'm not going to sit there and keep my mouth shut. And a lot of people want to call me the bad guy for it. I'm good with it. I don't care. But if it's not right, it's not right.
I like it personally, but like I said, my grandpa and my dad, that's how we were raised. Now you know me, and I don't do that.
Right.
I fucking
you're a people pleaser. You try to keep everybody happy, Jasper.
I try to keep everyone happy, but I don't know how to word this correctly. I want to flip out sometimes so bad. So when someone like you stands up for what's right and I don't have to, I love that.
You're like, and he said, you're like,
oh yeah. I'm like, I'm so glad someone said something because that was some bullshit. That was some major bullshit, but I just don't want to really say anything, but I like it. Jeff's like that too. Like I go back to the pits and I'm like, oh, it isn't that bad. And Jeff's like, no, that sucked.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it sucked. Yeah, you're right.
In a way, you don't want to have the problems at the track, but in a way, if you just keep letting it slide, they're going to keep doing it.
For sure.
I try to stay away from it.
I think that's been proven over and over again.
Yeah. It's sad to say, and I've lost friends over it. But as far as I'm concerned,
they weren't really friends to begin with.
They weren't friends to begin with. So it wasn't a loss.
If they're mad at you for speaking your mind, whether they agree with it or not.
Spot on.
They're not great friends. Dude, me and Mike over here have literally screamed at each other in this garage. And then in the course of screaming at each other, been like, well, we'll roll a joint real quick. And then literally just ignore it from there on out and move on to something else. And we both realized like, well, maybe we don't really see eye to eye on that, but I still see eye to eye with them on 80% of everything else. And
it doesn't mean you got to hate the person because of it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not a lot of people nowadays. I guess a lot of people really take stuff hard or something.
No, they all wear
like a dumb topic.
They all wear their feelings on their sleeves anymore.
Oh God, I don't know if I can hard tire, man. We were gonna.
Oh no, dude, you've been doing pretty good this year. Seems like I've been looking on the deal, and you're like, I've been seeing your name a little further into the end of it. That bigger races.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. When the truck comes back out, I'm going to throw some hard tires on. We're going to see if we can make that heavy old girl move on some hard tires.
I just, man,
You going to let your mom drive it? She's going to let drive it? She gonna put the hard tire in it?
I probably shouldn't do that.
It's just so much nowadays. I feel like. And so like when I asked you earlier and said, like what was your favorite time in racing? Like we just like you, we have fun no matter what. We've been so broke we couldn't afford to go to races. So to even be able to go now or anything, I've said this 1,000 times. I just have fun no matter what. I have fun shooting photos at a race that I don't even have my car at or helping someone else. But I think probably the most fun we used to have was way back like in 99, 98, 2000, like that time period. We were running cars that ran like 1150s and 1050s and stuff like that in the quarter. And we only went to the track to like see how fast we could go or test some stuff we were doing because like you, we raced on the street. Like every Friday, Saturday night, we were racing on the street somewhere, whether it was Lansing, some country back road, whatever. You were setting up a race with someone.
That was me, but it was the 80s.
But we would all go to the track like 3 times a year. And it was really just a testing tune for us. They might have a bracket race going on, or it might just be testing tune. But like back then, you know what I mean? And what I feel like makes it a little more fun than now was like you just drove your car up to the lane and made a hit. Like nowadays, I got to hook a golf cart to it and then make a pass and then hook a golf cart to it and drag it back and put it on the chargers. But luckily, I'm blessed with these guys. I watch you sometimes doing stuff as a one-man crew. And it's amazing to me because when I get back, I have Bill or Jacob or Sean or Rob. Always, you know, I always have my guys, and they're like charging it, cooling it, turning it over. Like just, I'm in there pouring over a tune the whole time. They're putting tire covers on. They're washing the window, getting dewy if we're on the street at night. It's like
it's not a one-man job
anymore. A lot of work now.
Yeah. Oh, very thankful that I got David is like my right-hand man anymore. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I'd be doing this caliber. Because it's more than a one-man job. Kenny, man, that guy there just blows me away. And he's
very, very intelligent human.
Dude, he's way more than that to me. I mean, no nonsense. If he sees bullshit, he's calling bullshit.
I think him and Bill Lutz have proven that this year.
Several times, he's told me, get in the car and shut up. I mean, he's awesome, dude. I mean, he's a pain in my ass, but he's a hell of a guy. And I'm glad to have him with me.
No, for sure. He's a very intelligent tuner too. Like he's very good at what he does, and he's done everything you could imagine at every level you could imagine for as long as you can imagine.
He's stretched.
And prayer, everyone shoot out a prayer to Bill right now. Bill's got some shit going on and could really use any help anyone wants to give.
What happened to Bill?
Prayers or
he's got Crohn's, and he's had so many surgeries on his stomach that it's coming down to maybe another surgery. They're trying to avoid it, but it can be a very critical surgery. Not just hey, we're going to go do surgery type deal.
And that's the downfall of not getting on social media much anymore, is you don't know, you're not up to loop with what's going on. So
yeah, there's always some good and some bad.
But, yeah. It'll be all right.
Less good than bad nowadays. But
you hit him with the question?
Yeah, I was going to hit him with the question real quick because this is interesting because we usually have all these really young punks on here that they've lived 17 years and you're asking them what part of your life you want to go to. But tonight we got Sherm. So if you could go back to any point in your life and like what point of your life were you happiest? Is it now? Would you rather go back to when you were struggling? Would you rather go back to when you were a kid riding bicycles? You can't change anything. You can't go back and then invest in Google or any of that bullshit, or even give yourself advice not to jump off that cliff and break your arm. All you can do is just go back and relive it. Is there a point you'd go back to, or you're happy right where you're at?
I'm not going to say I'm happy where I'm at. I wouldn't want to be a teenager. I wouldn't want to be a 20-year-old again. Did I have fun? Yeah. Was I stupid? Hell yeah.
Thanks.
Actually, I think prime time, because you didn't feel all the pains, 30, 35. That's the best time of your life, bud.
No, I wouldn't argue. We were having fun at 35 too, man.
Yeah, you're smart enough to know better. Not always doing better, but I don't know. That was probably my best time. Sure.
Okay. Really think this through. Because if you're like me, you always get done with this and you left someone out, and it's the worst feeling in the world.
Oh boy!
You gotta think.
He's already looking. I think he might have got it wrote down.
Dude,
no,
if he did.
Down.
Oh man, you thought he would have that experience. All right, here we go.
What are we doing? Thinking?
Yep.
Who you got sponsors? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Hot Shot Secrets, dude. Bar none. They have helped me and they are awesome. Rocket Track Lou, another good product. Good people, man.
Yeah, Brian's awesome.
It's not always about the sponsors to me. So I want to back up a little bit. I'm not looking for handouts. Don't want handouts. And there's probably a select few people that I would take for sponsors. Not that all of them's bad. I wouldn't let them sponsor me if I didn't believe in them.
Facts.
And I'm very firm on that. So with them too, definitely Kenny Lutz and his tuning, second to none. You got Doug's Performance in Edgerton, Ohio. He does my engines. Very picky guy, very knowledgeable. I'll take him to him as long as he'll let me.
They seem to always work.
Yeah, they do well. Man, you hit me. Insane Images, they just help me with my wing. They do dipping, the hydro dipping, and wraps, that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
David Smith, man, I can't say enough good things about that man. He's been with me thick and thin, and he'll probably see me in my worst moods ever. And
That's a Doug Hess motor right over top of my shoulder.
Yeah. Well, that's Hess. Hess used to do my motors. Doug's Performance.
Doug.
This would be Doug Goebel.
Okay. Too many Dougs out there.
Yeah. Hess, I like. He's very, very good machinist. Went to him. He still does my machining. He recently lost his engine builder, so he isn't doing much assembly anymore. Marty Maryland, he has helped me out tremendously. He's done a lot of work on his car.
Me too. Marty's great.
I know Marty's pulled his hair out over me a couple times. Sorry, Marty, but I'm bad for being impatient.
I was gonna say I'll say sorry to Marty right now too because I've bugged him and both my cars have a Marty rear end in them and
yeah.
Oh yeah, and Marty boxes and pretty much his whole catalog.
He's bailed me out on a couple things.
Me too, amazing guy.
You got the truck stop over in Maumee. They did the paint job on the car last winter. Awesome job.
Really good paint job too.
Yeah, they did a killer job on it. I wanted it back. He's like, no, ain't good enough. And
no, like the work they must have did on that fiberglass front clip and doors and stuff to make that, they did very, very, very good.
They did a good job. And I wasn't about getting it painted. That was all David. So all the congrats on that needs to go to him. To me,
it looks beautiful.
To me, I had the truck and I got tired of walking around it with knit gloves on. And I'm like, I'm not doing that again. This thing had bangs, bumps, bruises. Cool. I was good with it. Dude
wanted to be LL School J so bad.
Yeah, I did not want to do that again. And David did it. I'm like, bub, we bump it off the wall. There's no hard feelings here. He's like, and I left the car with David and them, and it come back like this. I'm like, wow. So hats off to them guys. And I know there is probably somebody that I am forgetting. I probably should have made a list.
Oh, I know someone he's forgetting right now, Limpy. They do it every damn fucking time. I swear to God. Big, long, and hard, man. Who you want to thank?
Your warden.
Woo.
And the wife?
Oh,
yeah. That's like, well, I kind of thanked her earlier, though.
Yeah, he thanked her earlier.
I know. Right.
But if you didn't do it here, we just saved your life again.
Yeah, no, he's old and experienced. He knew I better mention her right now because I just remembered it before I forget. So that way, you can go back.
There is another person that I would like to thank, honestly, because he's a really good guy. And when I lost my dog, hadn't it been for him, man, I was having a really rough time. And he will do anything I want on the cars. He has offered several times. I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of a friend, because he's more of a friend than anything else. But he has helped me with the car in certain things, getting a couple parts here and there. But man, hats off to Joe at Bipolar. That guy is sincere. He's an awesome dude, and man, he's offered me a couple things here that I haven't accepted yet, but they're definitely in the works.
Joe's fucking the best, dude.
Dude,
Just straight up.
The guy has got your back. He's got my back. I know he does. He has got me some things for the car. No strings attached. He's just awesome. I can't leave that man out.
Obviously, everyone knows he sponsors us too, and he is just one hell of a dude, and has been for, I think it's 4 years now. We've been hanging tight.
Even the whole back thing, man. There's not people like that anymore.
No, like I don't think people understand. Like Joe will randomly reach out to me all the time, probably about once a week, once every 2 weeks, if I haven't already contacted him about something or we're planning a race, and literally just ask, like, no question about the race car at all. Just like, hey, how are you doing? And how is your family? And what have you been up to? You know, like, he honestly just cares about you. You don't even give a rat about the race car nearly as much as he honestly just cares about how you are doing as a human being.
Yeah, the man, he is a caring guy. You don't find that much anymore. And if I win a race, that guy's ecstatic. I mean, he's there for you.
No, he's like the first person in your messages always, you know, congratulations. I'm so pumped for you. You deserve this.
Yeah.
And like he does this to so many people, like no one even knows how many people he's constantly caring about. Like,
yeah, I'm very glad to have true friends like him on my side. Yeah, and he's somebody that I definitely wouldn't leave out or forget.
That's amazing.
All the rest that I am forgetting, sorry, I'm old. I've got an excuse.
I love it. Well, all right, Sherm, thank you so much for coming on tonight. And I really hope that you're going somewhere this weekend. Obviously, give me a call if you are, and let me know how testing goes so I know how your back's doing. And maybe we go over there and try to whoop JJ up after they've had 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of testing on it.
Well, I'm going to be fingers crossed tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes.
We're going to do the same. Everyone shoot a prayer for Sherm that back holds up.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, Sherm.
Kiss the babies for me. Kiss the babies for me.
You know it.
Yeah. All right. So now we've got Kate, as we always have, from Seed Cellar with her mic muted. And we have new guest, Crystal.
Hi.
Also from Seed Cellar.
Oh, no trouble.
Which one of y'all have the 4-inch cot? I just need to know right now.
Do you see I just changed my little tagline?
Cotless.
Cotless. So it wasn't Kate. So we know that off the bat.
I'd like to think mine's bigger than 4 inches, though.
Woo!
Damn.
Starting off hot. Crystal's winning. All right. So no Roger tonight? Roger's feeling a little under the weather? Or?
No Roger tonight.
No Roger tonight.
His trip starts.
That's all right. This other Roger looks a little bit better than Roger. I'm just saying.
His trip starts. It's in flex right now, so he was like gonna start with his son and some other guys, and then they aren't doing part of it, so it's probably gonna start like the weekend after Labor Day. But we're still doing the gear swap next Sunday.
All right.
Well, he should come to the War in the Woods if it's the following weekend. He could just ride.
So what's the gear swap? The gear swap is like people swapping pipes, bongs, dab rigs.
Oh boy.
No, it's like if you got a stack of lights in your house, you can bring them down, or if you want to maybe pick up some used stuff from somebody you got. I know you got extra shit sitting around, Jasper.
You
Well, I
sure
was
do.
looking over at Hickman's over here right now. And I was looking at him, and he said he has free shit he'd give. So
Yeah, no, I mean it's like
that's cool too. There's people there that'll take
You
it.
can trade.
Yeah, I say part of it's just being able to pass stuff along. We'll have a table too if you don't want to like sit and try to sell your stuff that we can just offload it to people.
5 custom peak glass tops. One that glows in the dark.
I think some breeders want to come too.
I
Some
told you
of
I
our
stopped at
Michigan
a tool
breeders
store
will be
yesterday
there.
when I laughed at.
Yeah, we're trying to get some of our Michigan breeders to come out and do little meet and greets with people. And
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Geno's will be there.
Roger's doing some sort of barbecue. I can't remember what.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do brisket.
I remember brisket.
He's good at the brisket. He is. I will give him that.
Jasper goes, he said brisket. He said brisket.
Like I said, we eat brisket all the time, don't we? Like that's our favorite thing. I even had a guy from the show that came up from Texas that was doing work in Lansing and had him meet me at Smoking Pig so I could get his opinion on the brisket we've been eating. And he did say nice. What do you compare it to, Limpy, in Texas?
Was it
the
Rudy's?
Chain? What was it?
Rudy's?
I think it was Rudy's. So that place does serve very good brisket for Michigan, which I would agree with. It's probably the best brisket I've had in
Benson
Michigan.
said that one place that we need to go check out in Charlotte.
So I guess there's a spot on Saturdays in Charlotte we need to check out.
Oh.
Dickies. Hannah just
Dickies.
commented.
Oh yeah. Dickies. Okay, Dickies. Yeah, Dickies. Dickies. Oh, that's kind of
in Charlotte. Jasper, you ever go to Vermontville for a gizzard cookout?
Yeah, I've been to Gizzard Fest.
I've been to Turkeyville.
Like, if there is something that would be on one of the Pure Michigan commercials, I've probably done it in my life.
Twice.
Probably, like
gizzards. That's fucking nasty. I'm just saying right now.
I don't eat the food there. You went there and got drunk in a beer tent with probably some band playing that we watched or something. I don't know. I get drug all over.
Limpy, you don't have any weird shit in Texas, like armadillo roasts or anything?
Wow.
Bro, this dude knows the answer to that. I have never had a salad in my fucking life, and I never will.
I just had Olive Garden salad tonight.
I don't ever eat like a rabbit. That's what rabbits eat. Like, I imagine way back in the day, like, that's the food they gave, like, people that were at the lowest form. They shouldn't have been. Everyone should have been equal. I'm not trying to say that. But the people that weren't were eating salad.
Well, Dean's never eaten anything other than McDonald's.
I was going to say, I don't know. Dean is constantly talking about salads, but he ain't looking ripped like Jeff Thomas, who eats only steak. Like, I don't know what's happening here. So I've been thinking lately about just eating meat, as crazy as that is.
You're going to go carnivore?
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I did it for 5 days. I did it for 5 days once.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, man, I really want that taco with a taco shell on it.
When you was pooping, did it feel like he was giving birth?
No, nothing. I swear to God, nothing changed. Like,
you didn't do it long enough.
Issues with like my bathroom going different. I'll tell you what does change it. The first time I eat vegetables.
Oh.
And my whole fucking system, like,
your body doesn't. It goes into shock. It doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's mashed potatoes or corn.
Do you know what the guy that invented the Atkins diet of? Heart disease.
Yeah,
it's not a funny thing, but that's what's gonna.
A lady just
eat all meat.
A lady just.
Yeah, but I'm not really worried about that because I'm baking on. By that time, they'll be able to put like one of those Iron Man things in my chest, and we'll just muscle right on through. Sometimes you gotta have faith. And then what if? Then I'm looking at everyone like, see, you could have been eating steak this whole time and you were eating salads. But, you know,
salad tastes good. Options. Sometimes.
see, Dean actually eats Mexican food 90% of the time. But when he really wants to, like, eat
he's from Indiana. It ain't Mexican food. It ain't authentic Mexican food. Let me just tell you that right now. For one, it's probably authentic Canadian Mexican. If you're that far up.
Have you guys ever been to Mexico?
Yes.
The food's very bland. Like, to be dead honest, there's like no real seasoning in the top. I mean, it's just like very bland food because that's just how they eat because they're healthy. We put on like 4,000 toxic seasonings and make it taste like candy or a suicide slushy or something.
I just saw they had pancake bacon tacos, and I want to try that. I'm down.
Yeah, that sounded really good.
Pancake bacon tacos.
Yeah, you take your bacon.
I'm
Put it
ready.
in a pancake, dip it in some syrup.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
you ate today?
It's almost like
You ate?
some cheese. I don't know.
Little Mexico, Indiana, says Hobby Cave.
Oh yeah, as y'all know, I was gone for, or y'all don't know, but I was gone for a week. Spent a week in Colorado and New Mexico.
Wow.
And we smoked a lot of weed. Came back to the girls. This is day 48 of flower. They're starting to turn out pretty good.
Oh,
looking healthy.
Really
They were thirsty when I got back, but yeah, they're pretty good.
really good. Never get sick of looking at bud porn.
you will
I like
eventually.
looking at field plants all the time.
Somebody will come in and say, "You want to see a picture of my bud?" And you're like, "Mm-mm."
You always say, "Oh my God, yes, it's so big. Good job."
See, that's why Crystal's better up front than I am. Because I'm like, is that a bug? Let me pause that and zoom in.
Is that what is that laying on that beanbag? Oh, that's an ant's antenna. I see it. I see that.
No, that's right. I'm like, those little spots right there probably mean you have mites.
That little turf you got going on right there.
Oh, that's savage.
You got one little turf.
Right. I don't ever know what I'm talking about. So it's.
Is that mole?
Which, by the way, so today we had a dude come in and he was like, he showed us a video of these plants and he's got one branch on every plant that's like dying. And it looks super deficient in like magnesium or zinc. But like just one plant, like one branch only.
But he had 7 seeds and he gave them to 6 friends. So 7 plants, same strain, but 7 plants throughout different areas of Michigan, all with the same symptoms.
One
Do they?
One branch?
Yeah, I
One
mean, why
branch
not
only.
just cut that branch off and let it keep rolling so that it's not wasting energy? But secondly, are they all running burners or are they running
They're all
CO2
outdoors.
tank?
Yeah, they're all outside.
Outside. Whoa.
Yeah.
Outside in a variety of conditions. So
Yeah.
my thought was that it's like selectively sacrificing a branch. You know what I mean? Like it is.
Is
It's
it?
picking one.
Where was the branch on the plant?
center? You know, like a
And it's
maybe
main.
like
One of the top
3
ones,
o'clock.
not the bottom.
not the
It's at 3
bottom.
o'clock.
What's that?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Yeah, it was like top central branches on them.
So it was one of the earlier branches.
Yeah, but like it should have been getting enough light and everything else.
Right now is why 6 seeds that were sent all over the state to different people's places.
Yep.
Obviously, some running different nutrients than others, or not
Yep.
watering, and all had the same.
Yeah, and like if it was bugs, it seems like it'd be on more than one. So I'm either thinking it's like
It's gotta be in the genetics. I'm like with Mike here that
Yeah.
somehow
That's what I
in
was
the
thinking it
genetics
is.
something is happening.
Oh, look at
I wish we had geeky ass Maynard watching right now because
he was on here earlier.
Oh, that's Homo sapiens ceroticus, and this
Where
is
is
what's
he?
going on.
Maynard.
Somebody tag Maynard.
I say it's like
Yeah,
a
no,
common
for
response,
sure.
but like it's only on one branch for Easy Bees in the comments.
Yeah,
like
they came-
it's weird how
just
it did it selectively.
for
But I think it's like picking something like picking a sacrificial limb,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But then my other thought is that like maybe if he did pop all of them and they got systemically infected with something like I don't know, it didn't look like russet mites or whatever to me though. So
Well, of course, it's weak genetics, but it's still interesting to discuss how in the genetics that's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what causes all
It
of them.
can't be a
to
mutation if it's all
precise.
it's all of them.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
I would
it's a
say.
very interesting one. And to
yeah, and
happen
like
that
because it's
consistently-
all different growers, like there's a different level of like
Yeah,
water,
I mean all the
nutrients,
atmosphere is different.
leaf stripping, you know, because like
Even climate. I mean, even it might not be different. It might not be much different, but it's still different
It's
climate.
different. Fuck yeah, it is. Some are getting more
was-
wind than the others. Some are getting
Yeah.
more or less sun than the others. And
Yeah, and
If
like
you're-
for the Tostito in the chat, like it's not a long-term clone thing because they're from seeds. So like the genetic drift factor or whatever of it starting to do something wonky, like it's not doing that. They're seed.
yeah, so like what would that be? The guy that made the seeds stressed the plant, obviously, that he harvested the seeds off would be my guess.
If he did.
Well, I mean, it's a breeder, so
Yeah.
it's not just coming naturally and they've collected the seeds or it was bag seed, you know what I mean? It's a bred seed.
Right.
So my guess would be if it was good genetics before he bred it, you know what I mean? That more than likely he stressed one of them out.
Doing it right though. More.
There's 2 land races crossed. Northern Lights times Big Bud.
Regular female.
Yeah,
So
they're
both
from a
good.
good breeder.
Both
They
good.
worked with them for a long time, so it's not like there's never a possibility that they get a wonky batch or something. But
No, and anything can happen
blinker,
too. This is no different than animals or you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
odd genetic traits pop in and
Kinda
out
like a
sometimes.
variegated plant is like
Yeah.
half white and half, it's just a mutation.
Yeah.
They were all really leafy though. None of them were
I
trimmed.
say,
at
Jasper,
all.
I'm gonna send you the video in a second.
It was just kind of interesting that 6 of them did the exact same thing. You know,
And it's
what I mean?
all of them are the same.
That the trait was that stuck in it.
Yes,
You know
who got
what I
over
mean?
there?
Like,
Yeah. That was
so what'd you guys do? Just kind of warranty them or offer them, like another batch?
Well, he was an interesting dude, anyways. Like he was just interesting to listen to and talk to. So we just listened to him for like a long while, and then we're gonna research out and then get back with him
Nice.
because it was kind of we don't know. So we're asking you guys.
Yeah, well, so the
like
other
I said,
thing
it's definitely in the genetics. It's just if the only thing to really discuss is how it possibly got there, or if it was always there, or
He was like really nice and cool about it. He was like, "I'm not trying to be up your butts or anything."
Well,
but
yeah,
I
it's
think
one damn brand. Cut
If
the
he
damn
was-
thing
he was
off.
super cool. This like
Especially if it's
67-year-old hippie.
outdoor. Yeah, that's just neat. He's probably as interested as anyone else.
I think he more just wanted to know like why is it doing that? Because it kind of looked like like when they start to naturally defoliate in the fall, but it was like just the one branch doing it. So like that's the weird part.
Like I said, that is interesting. Like you'd think 1 or 2 of them would have 2 branches or 3 branches and then half a branch or something, like to have every one of them at 3 o'clock knock a branch out.
I think it's kind of funny.
That's just kind of crazy.
He gave
it's
all
weird.
his friends a seed. That's kind of crazy.
What's that?
That he gave everyone, like all of his friends, one seed. Like y'all got one plant, you got one.
Well, yeah,
job.
they all wanted to probably just see what happens or whatever.
There
I
was
don't
probably
know.
it might have been a bet to see who could yield the most.
Get the best plant, or maybe they all like split packs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's possible too.
It's interesting.
I say lots of times we'll have old guys come in and like split packs up.
But sometimes
Like
they-
I'll buy one, you buy one.
Sometimes they bring us weed. 2 different friends brought us weed today, and I was so happy. I will try all of your weed, and I will let you know.
I love that. Yeah.
I love that too.
Jasper, I forwarded you the video that he sent us because I sent it to the breeder and he was like, I would say bugs maybe, but I don't know why one branch.
It's not bugs.
Then I told him my theory about it being like sacrificing a limb to a nutrient deficiency. So it's not all deficient. You get it?
Yeah, that's weird.
See it? Isn't that weird?
You guys are racing.
Bro, like you need to water those.
Well, that's the thing is they might just be overwatered too because it's been raining a fucking ton.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's possible too. They could be super stressed.
yeah.
And they do look like they're at the bottom of a hill or something. So like
Oh, here's
water
Mufasa.
runoff.
Here's Mufasa. What Mufasa says.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I mean it can just happen.
Every time I see his name, I just get, I'm like shocked for a second, and then I gotta like calm down. I'll take a dab off that.
Take a dab.
I do not see a Mufasa in the chat.
His name is Jeff Berry.
Oh.
He's my Mufasa.
Aww. So in Jackson, we had a big race this weekend.
Yeah, they had the NASCAR race. I saw Jordan's plane.
Michael Jordan came! In our little tiny airport, him and his 2 planes.
They were pretty sweet planes.
I've been waiting all day to tell you guys that.
Why do you have 2 planes?
News.
In case one breaks down.
That
I don't know.
Like string him along between them.
He's got that fucky money. He's got that.
Well, he owns one of the NASCAR teams, so I imagine Bubba Wallace and was it Tyler Reddick or something raced for him? I can't remember.
I'm sure they probably flies him in, and then he has his own personal
I can
plane.
tell you though, people were already setting up to get into MIS, not this weekend, but last weekend. Like they were just there partying, just parked on the side of the road. And I kind of like
such
you
a
have
huge
to respect
event.
that.
Does that stand for Michigan International Speedway?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess they go real hard.
Ain't that bad.
No, it's a party. The infield's wild.
Here's how hard we go right here. That's how hard we go right there.
I like it.
War in the Woods is so fun.
It's fun going fast.
Okay, where was that at?
That's Brown County, Indiana.
That's where I told you where Roger needed to go down there.
Okay. Well, we do like field trips at the seed cellar. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, we're going to Canicon in Ohio in
October 4th.
Nice.
He said there's a dog named Mufasa.
What
I'm
does
glad you checked
2311 mean?
The what?
T-Bone said 2311.
Yeah, I'm down that much. That's how much weight I've lost so far.
Yeah, I don't know.
A whole ton.
I'll smoke to that.
26 days till War in the Woods.
Yes, 26 days.
That's pretty neat. Okay, so today a little Subaru Baja pulled into the parking lot of my work.
Nice.
And I was like, I would drive that little fucker around. It seemed like a fun car. But
The
then I
mini
went and
El
looked in the
Camino?
back of it. What's that?
The mini El Camino?
Yeah, well, I went and looked in the back of it, and there was like little seats with handles. I was like, I would ride that bitch, but I would not ride back there. I don't have the discs in my back for that anymore.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I got a question. How hard is it to convert cars into taking like alternate fuel sources?
Oh, you mean like running vegetable oil?
Yeah.
Diesel trucks.
You got to have a diesel to start. Like you can't have a gas.
And you got to have a shit ton of fuel filters.
Yeah, and your goal should be to find like a restaurant that'll give you fairly clean vegetable oil or something, because like just like you said, you better have a lot of filters, and you better have a diesel tank in there also to when that fails, you can switch it over.
We used to have a buddy that we used to go to all the. He had a one of them pumpers or whatever you call it. He'd go to all the stores and he would pump all their grease traps for.
Yep.
He would do it for free.
Well, yeah, because people charge them to take it.
Yeah,
but also Brian White. Of course, Brian White does that.
Yeah,
like just runs on used oil or
dude. That year when I was at the, I can't remember.
Dude's so crazy.
He was like half mile away at the stoplight, and I'm sitting out there smoking, and I'm like, me and Matt were out there at the hotel, and we could hear this guy. It sounded like blah 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 blah, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And he come rolling in. I was like, God dang, that thing sounds like it's about to die. He goes, no, it sounded like that for the last 3 years. I was like, shit. Like he rides around with like a 55 gallon drum of vegetable oil in the back of his truck.
Oh my God.
Does it smell like a fry?
It would have to.
Yeah, I think the exhaust does kind of smell like a grease.
Like a French fry?
It would have to. It'd smell delicious.
Why does it have to be diesel? How are they different?
Because of how the engines work.
Is this like a deeper dive that you can do in like a quick minute on a?
No, I was reading Jeff's comment about the seeds being infected and how they can. You asked what the difference between a diesel and like a gas engine are?
Yeah.
I mean, in the
temperature of the fuel.
Like a quick
it's a glow plug
breakdown
versus,
would be that like the compression in a diesel, meaning the force, the amount of pressure when the piston comes up is so much that you can burn alternate things because it's essentially just the compression itself is firing it. You don't have a spark plug in there. So like
you need like entirely different pistons and shit, right? Like
you just need a diesel engine. Like you'd need to figure either force a diesel engine into the vehicle you want to put it in or find a diesel vehicle and then you can convert it very easily. They probably make a kit on some website that you can buy and go right to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like the majority of it is you start it on the regular fuel tank that's in there with diesel and then you flip a valve and it starts running off the fuel oil is how like a lot of them work. I don't know. Brian White's such a genius. I think he just ran it off the oil all the time and had it start up and everything. But
that's awesome.
It is pretty cool. There's a lot. Like they've invented a lot of alternative fuels for years. Like they know how to make cars run on water.
Right, and they have for years, patents for years. They just.
But at the same time, like just being honest, like I understand, like it helps this or it helps that. But if you just like dumped fuel right now, the whole entire economy of the world would crash. So like if it is something we want to do in the future to get off fuels, it's going to be a slow process to that, or otherwise it would literally just collapse the whole entire world.
That's true.
Like, it's sad that that's what we've created or whatever, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Hobby Cave and somebody else I just saw in the chat, though. They are right. It's a Brat, not a Baja. It had Baja lights on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so sick. That's what Joy drives on My Name is Earl. All painted like the American flag. She calls it Brat.
That's I need a new car right now, and anytime I'm like, what kind of car would I really like? They're just fucking trash.
That made me so nervous that you were talking about oil cars when you want a car. I was like, oh, she's gonna get a fry oil car. Like it's happening.
Yeah, you can run them diesels on just pretty much anything, even used oil.
That's what I'm saying. Brian was running like used oil, I think, or something, or a combination or something. But yeah, kings and queens run methanol, and the rest are peasants running junk ass fuel.
Do you say, "Oh no, I'll get a fry car"? Dude, I would. That's what, like probably my dream is.
Yeah, but I mean,
old woody wagon that smells like a French fry.
What if you get your grease from Burger King and it smells like onion rings?
That'd be fine.
All right.
I'd get on an onion ring car.
You're cool with that, or like you get it from a fish fry and it smells like fish.
As long as it's not during Lent, then you're safe.
There are some like real gross like fish fry places in Lansing.
Yeah, we work next to a place that has a terrible fish fry order.
How many times a week do I eat there?
Roger wants to all the time, and we're always telling him no.
Never will eat there.
Never.
Are you just not trusting it because of the staff, or just like any fish fry in
the
general?
Smell. It's just the smell, or what?
It's the stank I don't trust. The staff was friendly.
Okay. I say the people there are really nice. I ate a hamburger from there once, and there was like a large piece of bone in the patty, so I will never eat there again. I did give it a try, but fool me twice.
All right, I can buy that.
John Goodman says my old 7.3. What's a 7.3?
Oh, Ford.
Smells like French fries. See, he's confirming that it smells like French fries. That is kind of cool. Everyone that follows you with their windows down is going to be like, man,
they just
stopped at Big D's.
Damn.
Yes.
Would you twist up?
And then you could get like a bumper sticker that says like, "Are you feeling hungry?"
It's hard enough working across from Burger King.
Add it up. What do we got? Look at all these sweet devs.
A Power Stroke diesel.
Yeah.
Why they gotta have such sexual names?
Because they're for men.
Well, that's because someone would rather be. I'd rather be coming than stroking. I've seen that on the back of trucks before.
That's
and then they got like this big old tip on the end of their deal. It's like this big. I'd rather be coming than stroking.
I looked up a 7.3 and there's like a Reddit thread about how they're getting a second gen Dodge Cummins with a 7.3 power stroke.
And that guy can last all of a Duramax. I've never thought of it that way, but it's true.
In car shopping, I saw like a plug-in hybrid the other day, and that's the dumbest shit in the world to me. Being able to go fucking 25 miles on a charge before you switch to gas, I don't understand the point of. I mean, I do if you don't ever drive very far, but
yeah,
terrible.
Peasants. They should be running methanol. Plus, methanol comes out the back, and instead of smelling like fries, it burns your eyes till you cry.
Way better.
It's way better, isn't it? You saw that picture, Limpy. Throw that back up. And there it is. So right there, how do you get those people out of your way when you come through for a burnout?
That's true.
You spray methanol everywhere.
Right on their faces.
Or if you're on some M5,
you add some nitro.
Yeah.
Yes, I was wondering when you were going to talk about nitrous.
No, nitro.
Oh.
Everyone in the world should be already running nitrous. It shouldn't even be a question. You should have already called Nitrous Express, ordered a nitrous kit, and that way when you're on the line, see, like, look, what do I always say, Limpy? The first time I put nitrous on my car a little while ago, what was that, like 2 months ago or whatever? I pulled up to the line. I did my burnout. I purged it. I watched like every girl on the side of the thing just instantly like.
Yeah.
And then literally we made our pass, shot flames out of the pipes because it was nighttime. And that's what nitrous does. And then pulled back to my pit. And my guys had to like literally back the chicks away to get pulled into the tent.
Because they were just like throwing their panties at you?
Yes, they were. Like, listen, I saw Fast and the Furious 1 in the theater, okay? Before Ben Diesel was gay. Like, I was there.
Look at that right there. That car right
I
there.
want to learn how to pull in like them.
Like that, Jasper?
See, dude, like.
I'm glad it was facing that. I'm glad it was facing that way or that way.
My tracks need some nitrous, is what I'm hearing.
So, like what I was saying, I said that the first time, like, got on here, explained what happened the first time I made a pass with nitrous on my turbo car, nonetheless, added it to it. This has proven my point. The first thing she said, I wonder when we're going to talk about nitrous. She didn't say, hey, I can't wait to hear about those Pro Chargers. Oh, I can't wait to hear about those turbos. She was like, where are those 8-foot flames? Yeah. Like, they were instantly like, you've heard about Charlie Brown, right? He's my favorite.
She just likes to bang it through the motor, man, is what she likes to do.
See what I mean? Everything about nitrous is better. Like, everyone should be running nitrous. Like, I don't care what combo you have.
Hitting that bang button. That's that bang button.
Then, I mean, like, also, race cars are just like driving around every day.
You should have nitrous driving around every day, too. That way, like, when you get pissed off at that guy next to you that, like, keeps, like, speeding up as you're trying to pass as he was going 20 miles slower as you were pulling up on him, but now wants to run with you, and you don't want to change the cruise, and you get pissed off, you just shut the cruise off, put it to the floor, and grab the nitrous. And then just burn the side of his car as you go by. Everyone should have it. But, yeah. It was just really awesome to see my point, like, completely proven that chicks only care about nitrous cars, and they don't really care.
I could do that stereotype for you.
I love it. Like, it just shows you that, like, for all this time, I don't care. Like, if you're a dude with a turbo car, your wife is fantasizing about the nitrous dudes when she's with you.
That's why I got to put nitrous on my
I
car.
went through like 10 Fast and Furious movies. It's not all my fault.
I love it. I'm not lying. Like I said, I absolutely love it. I scream it from the rooftops. I love this stuff. Like it has been the
I
best.
assumed you knew about nitrous from Super Troopers.
I do. That's my favorite movie.
That is an amazing movie.
A lot of the younger generation, they don't know it, so I'll do the lines, and then they just look at me like, "What is she talking about?" But
dude, if you guys,
I'm still having fun.
Did you guys know you can buy nitrous from the smoke shop? Weren't you telling me about this?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's
Galaxy
little cans?
gas or some shit?
Little cans.
Selling balloons or what?
Yeah,
Selling
no.
balloons of
So
it?
like, what it's for, or what they claim it's for, is for making whipped cream, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I legitimately have a whipped cream maker that uses nitrous cans. So
Yes, and it's real nitrous. It's not like whatever was in Whippets. What is that, like,
Oh, I was going to ask, did y'all have whippets back in the day?
Yes,
up there?
I
Were
was
y'all
saying I
call
was in
whippets?
college once, and we also did whippets, and it's not a good idea.
I didn't know if it
Talk
was
about,
just down here.
talk about Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Yes, not a good idea.
Whippets and crackers. No, it was a fucking bong hit and a whippet. Is what it
Well,
was.
there's a super moon right now.
There's a blue moon, super moon, and there's not another one until 2037.
Supposed to be bigger for longer.
I won't zoom out.
Wait,
It's super bright though. Sorry, Tim, I couldn't show it very well.
It's still too hot out here for me to go out there and look at that. I'll just wait till 2037.
How hot is it?
It's 103 here still.
Oh God Almighty, that's rugged.
why do you live there?
Yeah.
You know you can move, right?
The crazy
Yeah,
part is I want to live there. I don't want to live here.
Well, we got some good racing
Snow.
down here, but not really during the summertime. But that's a good time down here.
Don't you dare!
Whatever, Michigan.
Don't you
don't live
dare.
in Michigan then. We're gonna be like Louisiana before you know it. The bayou and everything, yo. Wow.
107. Yeah, it's. I think it was 108 at 108 or 109 at Meacham, right by my house today. I live literally 5 minutes from Meacham Airport.
Terrible.
You just have to stay inside until dark time.
Well, that's the problem is I don't
right,
smoke.
like
I don't
80
smoke weed in the house,
here.
but I'll go out back and I'll. My wife calls me Backyard Billy. She doesn't partake. But I'll go out there and I'll try to acclimate it to the heat. But I'll go out there and get high and then fuck this shit. I'm going in the house. It's too fucking hot.
You'll have to stand like in a pool or something. Like you'll just have you have to. That's too hot.
That is
Your heat's a lot drier than ours, though. For
Who's
the most part.
ours?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Not
it's
always,
still,
but
it's still like 40% humidity here. I mean, it ain't like 60 or 80.
I was gonna say we're like,
bro, we're like 80.
yeah, we're like 80% humidity. And
You guys have snakes and tarantulas, and that's not for me.
Yeah.
yeah, but we have Upers,
No.
so I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
we got some beavers and shit. Like,
Oh boy.
We have bears and what else? Name something cool.
Cougars and raccoons and possums.
Hey, we have Toast and Roadhouse here. What y'all
We
got?
definitely have cougars all over Michigan.
Y'all probably call it Texas Toast and Texas Roadhouse, but that's what we have. We have Roadhouse and Toast here.
Yeah, when they go there, it's not called Texas Roadhouse. It's just Roadhouse. And then they don't have Texas Toast on the menu. They just have toast.
That's funny. It's probably bigger down there too.
They also
Just the
call
bread.
it soda. You got soda? Can I get a
soda or
soda?
pop or
Saying pop.
yeah,
Dude, I got
pop.
yelled at the first time. I remember that as a kid. I went down south with someone, Jonica Weislick or some shit, to see her dad. And like first store we stopped in Georgia, I was like, man, where's the pop? And she's like, what? I was like, she's like, it's soda. I was like, oh.
soda pop.
So like from there on out, I just called everything, where's the Mountain Dew? And no one corrected me. So
we have
It's better than like Georgia South where they call everything Coke.
Yep, everything's
Like, what
Coke.
kind of Coke you want?
Yeah, we say
Yeah,
Coke.
I mean that gets
soda
confusing when
pop.
you're wanting Colombian, and
You
they're
want a
trying to
Mountain
give
Dew
you the
Coke?
soda. You know what I mean?
Pepsi
Like
Coke.
it's like fuck off.
All I wanted was a Pepsi. Just one Pepsi.
I want a liter of cola.
You're gonna do what with a cola?
The liter of cola from Super
Oh.
Troopers.
Oh, I thought you said.
See,
you-
no one gets it when you just name Super Troopers line, but I'm gonna
I thought
keep
you-
trying.
I thought you said something else about. I thought you said colon. And I man, y'all sound different up there. You know, you got Roger with the 4-inch cot, and you like licking colons. That's what I got.
Jackson's a wild place.
Jackson is wild.
It's a wild place.
Did y'all hear that too?
Yeah,
Am I the only one that heard the licking cola?
No, go deep.
I don't know. Let me know in
I
the
don't know.
comments.
Someone in the comments tell us if you heard it or not.
I heard it.
Hannah says you get a Dr. Pepper if you say Coke where she's from.
No, we say Dr.
That'd be
Pepper.
fine. I read recently that Dr. Pepper is like the cigarette of Pepsi or cigarette of Pops, and I was like, that's pretty true.
Rod
Right,
Farva.
yes, the farva, a large farva. Someone understands.
Oh man.
The farva.
Dr. Pepper is the cigarette of Pops? I don't even understand that reference.
But it's not wrong.
There's
Wait, Lindy, have you ever had a Fago?
Every time he cracks
Fago?
You don't know about Fago?
All right, Lindy, you're getting a care package, and it's going to have
Oh,
a
my heart's broken.
Squishable for your legs and some Fago.
Fago's good.
Fago's
What is-
excellent, dude.
It's a bummer it's associated with ICP, but it's very good pop.
Okay, so I got
ICP
to
like
see
Insane Clown
ICP.
Posse?
Yeah, that Fago pop they're always
Yeah,
rapping
that's
about.
great.
and spraying
Oh
around.
yeah.
Okay,
Y'all
I
don't
got
like
to see them live
you don't like
at
ACP?
CanCon,
I
and it
love
was
ICP.
interesting.
I like some of their songs, but they're goofy as fuck.
I know that's what I like about them.
It's fun to be
All right, I
goofy
can get with that.
sometimes. My
I know it's a
13-year-old.
Midwest thing, but you got trucks that go down there.
What is a Fago?
We'll send you some Fago and some better made chips. We'll send
See
you a
right
big
here,
care
Hickman, he said
package.
Fago Rock and Rye, best ever. So
Rock
Mike
and Ride,
just
that's right.
so when we started this conversation, that's what Mike said. Mike said, my friend always cracks open a Rock and Rye, and every time he cracks it open, he says, fuck Dr. Pepper.
Y'all remember?
I do remember Josta.
For some reason.
I used to drink Josta a lot.
Here it was called like I think was it Joke Cola?
Joe,
Oh, yeah,
yep.
we used to rock Joel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I know it was Josta.
Like
here.
Shasta. Like
Yeah.
Shasta.
Oh, Shasta was dope. That was like 25 cents for a can of pop. Like all the way to like 2014 or 15, they were still rocking a
Hey.
25-cent can of pop.
How
What's
much?
that
How much
LaCroix?
did it cost for y'all
Shasta was
to?
like pre-LaCroix.
LaCroix sucks. No one likes LaCroix. That don't even taste like anything but oh God. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No,
Like,
He's
they
got-
like
I'm not saying I
they,
like
like,
LaCroix. Just
they
saying that
carbonize
Shasta was
water,
early LaCroix.
and then they
Wow.
like put a gross medicine in it, and that's your flavor. And then they tell you that
Dr.
it's like
Thunder.
raspberry whistling grape, and you're like, oh, that sounds good. And you take a giant drink, and you
Not
about throw
good.
up, and your throat dries out. That is trash. You were saying though?
He's Dr. Thunder. I remember that was
Dr. Thunder was
Thunder.
good. Mountain Mist.
RC.
Mountain. Yeah, that's that was the that was like if you didn't get your stuff at Walmart, you got it like Dollar General. The difference. Hold on.
Very subtle.
I don't know. We were broke, so
That's why we always got Dr. Thunder and
we were rocking
Mountain Mist.
Dr. Thunder.
We had
But I guess I
Kool-Aid.
should have been cracking Rock and Rise and being like, fuck Dr. Pepper and Dr. Thunder.
Surge. I remember Surge. Yeah,
Yeah, Surge was okay.
Mr.
Mr.
Pibb.
Pibb.
Mr. Pibb's still good, especially at Waffle House.
Oh.
Oh my God, that is
We don't
perfect.
have Waffle
Kate. Let me
Houses.
get that loaded up real
Yeah,
quick.
you like that one?
Oh, fuck. I love that one. That was
Isn't
just what I was
Chicago
ranting
Moon
about, I
Mist?
feel like.
I like
Is it-
Moon Mist.
Is
A
that is that
strawberry,
what
but
Stank
with a
says?
low battery.
Look, Stank. Look what you got me into, man. Man, the fucking dabs are. Woo.
I do
You should
like
be
your
dabbing
thing.
too.
I fucking-
The orbits.
Fucking
about
Jasper did a
Orbits?
dive earlier, and he almost fucking thought he was gonna fall out. He's gonna lean over like a chair.
That was a
back there,
pop.
like Elton John back there.
Clear drink with little floaty gelatin balls in it.
Does anyone remember Orbits? That was a clear.
Yes, it was Bobo Tea before Bobo Tea. 20 years too soon.
Yeah, Orbits. Try not to gag.
Right, with that
used to have
clear water in the glass bottles.
Yeah, I remember Fresca. Fresca was fucking gross too.
And clear Pepsi, remember that?
Yeah.
Fresca's like the bitter part of Squirt.
Yeah, I remember when all the colas were going through that phase of like the new Coke.
Clear Pepsi.
Or the new
But
Pepsi
no
or
Coke is in it.
Pepsi, Gen 2 or whatever they call it or whatever
Remember
it was.
Clear Pepsi?
Yeah, clear Pepsi.
Yeah.
It was freaky, man.
They've done a few of the other ones like Clear too, I think.
I got a Clear right here.
For a minute.
Yeah, I'll be hitting on here pretty soon. You can't see that, but it's E's and B's podcast here. Thank you, E's and B's.
No.
What are you guys smoking on tonight? You never told anyone.
Tropicana cookies. Oh, and then before was Point Break, which I really like.
Point Break, dog. That sounds so dope.
I've had it from 2 different grows now, and I've liked it from both. So
transported in a truck near bananas for the banana flavor, a hint of lime, a single Skittle dissolved in water. Imagine like a strawberry, but with a very, very, very low battery. Oh God.
I like your Stone Depot shirt, by the way.
Thank you. I work with them.
I tell Kate all the time that I see your shirts everywhere.
Yeah, dude. We have this awesome thing where we keep watching the news and we send each other people like breaking into stores or committing crimes with the free Stone Depot shirt on. We love it.
There was just somebody spotted in West Virginia with the Stone Depot shirt.
That's what she always said. They're such a good idea. And I said, I don't know if Jasper would tell you that they're a good idea.
I think
the last time I talked to you about it, you said that every homeless person in Jackson's got one on.
And I didn't think of it like that. I just see them everywhere, and it's got to.
It's a walking billboard. Everyone wonders, has to talk about it. Why are all the homeless wearing it? I love it.
It's not just homeless people.
Says she says, I mean when you smoke, but when I smoke, when you drink to Point Break, do you see Patrick Swayze?
I did love that movie though. Like that's totally like I watched it, but no, it's a good sativa hybrid.
And my dream is to always been to remake Point Break, and I play both roles. Keanu and Swayze.
I say she just starts talking like Keanu Reeves. The beach that who comes to? What's Bell's Beach? Patrick Swayze's ghost comes to a beach by you.
What just happened?
Oh wait, there it is. I see it. Wait, no, wrong one.
Oh, shoot. I love the homeless guys.
I don't know. I saw it somewhere and now I can't find it.
Okay. I seen it, but oh wait.
I really like the tie-dye Stone Depot shirts. They were like a special edition.
Oh, the beach in Point Break is Bell's Beach.
Oh.
They were in Australia though, right? Supposedly for the big one.
But remember, that guy don't live in Australia, but then he lives in Australia. And I said, Loopy thinks I live in Australia. And then he's like, I was like, oh, shit, you don't live in Australia? He goes, yeah, I live in Australia. I was like, well, motherfucker.
Dude, that's something I want to do, Limpy. I want, like, they street race in Australia, right?
Yeah.
If you're listening and you're from fucking Australia and you know someone that street race, we'd love to have them on the show. I'd love to talk about, like, how people street race in other countries or what their scene is. Send us some videos.
What's that called?
I want to know what the world's doing.
Would you like to know how I street raced at Parent Drop Off?
Yeah, no, we definitely want to know about your street racing experience.
Well, no, I know Parent Drop Off. Every time I go to Parent Drop Off, I'm street racing and doing burnouts all the time. That's probably why I need the nitrous, really.
I will say it like kid drop off for school is the worst experience of my life. I want to murder everyone. If you're watching from my hometown, I love you. And if you need photos done, call me. But
so much.
I hate you also.
Does your kid go to Northwest?
No, my kid goes to Eaton Rapids.
Because I mean, I was like, I'll see you there. Like,
I think it's
my kid goes to work every day.
I did take Noah one time in the old Bruce Springsteen car. Like drove it right from my house right up to school and took him in. And it was so funny because he was like in elementary and all the kids as I pulled up were like getting off the bus and they all come running up to stand and Noah was like, "You're going to put it on the chip, right?" And I was like, "Oh man," like looking around at all the parents. I was like, "Okay." And as soon as I put it on the chip, all the kids hit the deck. Like as soon as it started popping and banging, just dropped. And then all these parents started looking around because it sounds like a gunshot going off over and over again. It wasn't the greatest idea. I ended up making the Eaton Rapids Nosy Neighbors page. On 10 posts, they were like, "Who's the asshole with the car that scared all the kids? Who's the asshole that was making it seem like gunfire?" And then, of course, because everyone knows me in town, the other people are on there like, "That was Jasper. You suck."
They ratted you out. They give you your address.
I was just like, yep. We won't be picking them up today in it like I promised.
No. Have you seen Old Dads or whatever it's called, Old Guys or something like that?
No, but if it's a page, I want to follow it because it already.
No. It's like a movie. Don't watch it.
It's like a Bill
It took me
movie.
like 3 takes to. Yeah, it took me 3 takes to watch that thing. I was so pissed.
I'm glad I'm not the only parent suffering it drop off. I want everyone else to be just as miserable as I am because I hate it.
Dude, I just got an email saying that my kid can't ride the bus this next year because they don't have enough space, which means I have to do drop off in the morning and in the afternoon. Shit.
So about those flames that we can get to shoot out of my car, I'm more and more interested in that.
What's the kind of racing that they do in Australia where they drive through the woods and there's 2 people in the car?
Rally. Is that Rally Road? Rally Road racing.
Rally racing. I think they do it in England too.
Yeah, the one's like in the city, and the other one's
in Michigan too.
I want to know what the dude with a notebook is doing. What notes do you have, sir? What are you telling the other guy?
He's all like,
Ryan Gosling. What are you talking?
Turn left.
Yeah, no, there's seriously a dude with a notebook, and he's got a little helmet
on too.
Okay,
the navigator next to him.
Yeah, they're still using MapQuest.
Turn.
The notebook.
They got a Garmin that hit that.
Crush Ryan Gosling.
Turn left in 300 feet. Oh shit! That's what this Garmin would say.
Cuckoo.
Yeah,
turn left.
A human Siri in there with you. Rally or pro touring.
Siri, that bitch will get you lost. That bitch will get you lost.
She ain't gonna take you the fastest way.
That bitch crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if Go Get 'em 188. If you know some rally dudes from Australia or some street racing dudes from Australia, please beg them to get a hold of us.
Hell yeah.
We'd love to have them on the show. I'd love to know what's going on down under. When you guys go to check your tire pressure, you got to watch for snakes, alligators, anacondas, spiders.
They got them fucking snakes up there that are fucking you'll be dead in fucking.
Dude, they have spiders that make webs across trees that trap humans.
But it'll them snakes venom will kill you in less than a minute.
They have the biggest anacondas. They have the most poisonous snakes, and they have more of them than anyone. They have kangaroos.
Oh shit! I heard Jackson. I heard Jackson, Michigan had the biggest anaconda. It's 4-inch caught.
I just want to keep saying as much as we can, Limpy, that 4-inch cot is big, so that I can convince these ladies that this isn't that bad.
I tell my wife that it was a myth.
This is the average.
I tell my wife that that wasn't true. There's no such thing as a 4-inch cot. That's he's lying.
That's fake. Fake news.
Yeah. I told her, I said, he ain't got 4 cot. He ain't got a 4-inch cot.
The coral snake?
They also don't wrestle or race the kangaroos there. They box them.
That's what I'm saying. Everything there is crazy. Everything.
They got where's that? Oh, in Saudi Arabia, they got them camel spiders.
Yeah.
They can run like faster than a human. You take off running, they're going to catch you. Don't matter what.
My bio dad was over there in the service, and they used to. He told me all kinds of stories about them. They're terrifying. They come up out of the sand. They hear your vibrations, and they gallop at you, and their fucking mouths come out like alien. And then
you ever seen one, Jasper? You ever seen pictures of one?
No fucking idea what you're talking about.
Put your
talking about the movie Tremors.
Hey, put your hands together. That's about how big them motherfuckers
would be like, yeah, and Kevin Bacon did so good in that
Put your hands together, and that's about how big they are.
They're terrifying.
And they come out of the ground like a fucking alien?
Yeah. No, their mouth comes out like literally like the movie Alien, how it comes out. Theirs does too. It's gross. And so when you see a camel, you see like what looks like bullet holes on them, and it's actually from the camel spider, from their mouths that go in and eat holes in the camels and shit.
Gross.
It's super gross.
Yeah, that sounds fucking just.
So
that's like Kangaroo's punch and kick. I've seen them choke like a dog out.
Yeah,
they choke each other.
They can get huge.
Or they'll drown them.
Mm-hmm.
Raccoon will drown a dog too.
Not my dog. My dog would kick its ass.
I was like, speaking of dogs, my dog's
a dog into the water.
Been leaning on me for 20 minutes. She wants to go on her evening walk here, so we're gonna wrap.
No, she heard my voice and wants to know where I'm at.
Hey, you want to see Jasper?
But also, you have so much hair on you right now.
I was gonna say, do you see the hair fall off my hand?
No, you can't because the video is not quality like that. But that's a good thing. Oh, there it all is.
Oh, Weighty. That's Weighty.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
None of my cats will come over. Come here, Clyde.
I guarantee you, Poopy's asleep somewhere.
Oh.
We got a new kitty.
That's Clyde. He looks like he's stoned.
My daughter has 3 of them, so I have 3 grandcats. Is what I got.
Cats are cool.
3
Yeah, I'm just.
She put it down.
I'm just a dog person. Well, I prefer any of the animals, but I'm a dog guy. A dog.
The older I get, the more animals I like. Like I don't know that there's anything I turn away.
Yeah, I like 4-legged. Things better than 2-legged.
Oh, I ate all those, bro. As soon as I saw you left it.
Yeah.
That's a big pussy.
He is too. He's so.
Oh, grab sparkles real quick.
That ain't big. You should see one of my grandcat is. I think he's
Maine Coon.
He's almost as much as my pug.
Mike has.
My pug is big boned. He's like 30 pounds.
Mike has 2 Maine Coons. They're really,
beautiful
really,
cats.
really cool.
They're so cool.
The male one likes me. The female one likes no one but Mike.
Aww. Sometimes they are one owner type animals.
No, that's for sure.
Personalities for sure.
They're cool though. They're real big and they look all wild.
Sometimes they act more dog-like. Like Clyde will go outside on a leash. He's the only one of the cats. Like he likes to go out on little walks. It's so cute. And then I can smoke outside with my cat.
My cat follows me on walks, so she'll follow me and the dog, and people will slow down and be like, "There's a cat following you."
Oh, did you see that earlier? That someone figured out what my name was?
Uh-oh. I did not see that.
So do either of you two know who Ace Murrow was?
Was he a racer?
Nope.
Oh. Okay, wait, how many?
I'll give you a hint.
Do I get 3 guesses? I'd say comedian or singer.
You can have as many as you want, but it's a character from a movie.
I already looked it up. Sorry.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know me. I'll Google it real quick. And then I'll know.
It's a character off the movie Stand By Me.
Aww.
It's the dead body.
It's Peter Sutherland's character.
The dead body?
The dickhead dude that.
Oh, wait. Here's another one. Look at right inside.
Oh, look, another kitty.
Oh, that's a black pussy.
Magic.
How many you got?
Hannah says it's a character from a book, Jasper.
She's just a tiny one, though. Look at it.
Well, yeah, probably the Stand By Me book that they made into a movie.
My kid's like me. She's all hers are rescues, and all my dogs have been rescues. So.
Yeah, mine are rescues too.
Yeah. My problem is I find them and I bring them home. And I think they're gonna be road dogs, and the wife says no.
No. Aw, sounds like you got a good wife.
Yeah,
she is awesome. She puts up with him. Like, enough said.
I ain't training another one. I ain't gonna do that. I got almost 35 years in training this one. I ain't gonna do it again.
Congratulations.
Training another one.
You must have started at 15.
Not close. You're not far off. A little older.
Boof? You grow a lot of boof this time?
Yeah, man.
So that was super boof we were smoking there.
Oh. Jasper, what's the last book you read?
Last book I read? Oh man, that's hard. So like one time I went to I went to a thing at my first wife's family thing, like at Christmas. And I was like, man, dude, this is, I don't know. Everyone was like doing weird stuff. And so I found this book. It was like the only book I could find. It was just the only thing anywhere near me. And it was Holes. And I sat there for 4 hours and just read the whole thing.
It's a good book.
Yeah, it's all right. But that was probably the last book I read. I wish I had read more books, but I just watch conspiracy videos. Or like right now I'm on this series, dude. It's pretty good about murders on a cruise.
Oh, I've watched Murders on a Cruise. That's what I'm reading right now.
History.
Of the United States.
People's history. So like, what does that mean? Like, whose history is it? Or
It's like history from the side not of the victors. So like this, like if we were talking about Columbus, it would be
from the Indian side.
Yeah,
that's super interesting.
It is, and I found out that my grandfather is
very
Native.
sad.
It's super sad, but I also think
you're
that
going to be reading the loser's story all the way through. So obviously they probably did not get the.
I couldn't believe already the amount of genocide, though, and I guess like that's just part of history is they cover up a lot of it.
Well, so like to me personally, a lot of people like to say right now that like this is the worst. Shit's never been this bad. Like people don't understand that Genghis Khan wiped out 3/4 of the world. Like, and I don't mean wiped out like get on your knees and shot you in the back of the head. I meant like raped your wife in front of you and then cut her innards out and hung her through the town along with everyone else and burn it down. Like, it's not as bad as it's been. It's not. I mean, it's not great, and we can always improve, and hopefully we do. And we get to a point where everything's just super awesome and people treat people right. But when I hear people say like, it's never been worse than right now, I'm just like, bro, have you ever opened a history book?
I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that either. I think there's a lot of people that get used to like fear mongering, you know.
Well, like even back in like the wild, wild west, like you settled things with a shootout in town square 90% of the time, or you just shot a dude on his farm, took it over, and no one really ever knew because there were so less people and it was so spread out, and it was just the wild, wild west. Why it's called that? Because like people just wild out. But I don't know, you know, like we can always improve, and hopefully we always work towards that. I don't ever want to stop like trying to make this place better, and there's always room for that. We'll never be perfect, but there is definitely worse time periods you could be rolling in.
Hannah just said she was reading Maynard's biography. I got Tool sweatshirt on right now for when I saw him in Toronto. I didn't know he ever wrote a biography though.
Maynard's a super, super interesting human being.
I also didn't know that Shawshank and Stand By Me are in the same universe, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. Or the same, like, you know, made up universe.
Yeah.
What about what? What did you? Shawshank and what?
Stand By Me.
Is what?
They're like, they have the same canon universe, you know, so like they occurred in the same
time
made up.
Oh, yeah, like Stand By Me was happening at the same time in history as Shawshank Redemption when they go back in time.
I got you. I got you now. I was like,
so like while
I
Stand
did
By
too
Me was
many fucking
happening,
tabs, I
like
guess.
World War II was
Not
going
enough.
on and horrible shit was happening, like Shawshank. Everything's about a multiverse or a time zone nowadays because I think people are slowly finding out that that's what's happening.
Well, you are up there in that future time zone right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
A little bit before you.
We're in the future.
Well, I don't know. Is it? A lot of people claim that it's all happening at once. So really, you're in the past, present, and future right now.
I would say it depends on how many mushrooms trips you've taken.
What do
how
you think?
far you're
We're in your subject zone now, dog. Chime in.
I'm eating my
Quiet
sandwich.
little fucker.
I'm eating my sandwich.
Ain't been burning no dabs over there eating in front of me.
Dab
I asked him earlier, you hungry? He's like, well, I don't know. And then walks out to the car and gets his sub.
Later, Rapid.
Yeah. This is cold-blooded. Oh, you're talking about the double split theory? Yeah, like, have you ever looked into that, either of you? The double split theory?
Mm-mm.
Or double slit theory? And what is that? Those are
yeah.
becoming electrons, or what's the breakdown?
I mean,
essentially what it is, and I'm probably butchering this, it's probably not a proton, it's an electron, or it's not an electron, it's an atom, or whatever. But for whatever reason, you shoot electrons through two slits. And if you are watching them, they become something different than if you are not watching them.
Wow.
And it's what makes a lot of extremely smart people believe 100% we're in a simulation. So
you'll literally go back in time if you're not watching them and then watching Midwest.
Yeah, essentially what it's doing is traveling through time. And they've proved it. Like, and they've even proved it across the galaxy. So it happens in very vast distances too. And essentially, like, what it's explaining when you do that is, like, you know how when you're in a video game, the way that is rendered and everything's going on is you're straightforward. So when you look here, you see a bank and a character, but when you look here, you see the door. But the door isn't there until you look over to it. It's not like actually there. And that's like kind of how they try to prove that we live in a simulation, possibly, is because these protons or light photons, but they become something, they behave like something else. Yes, if you're monitoring, what is that? Is that when they look like electrons instead of photons? If someone in the comment knows, bust that out, because I'm sure I'm looking extremely stupid like I actually am right now trying to explain it to someone that actually understands it. But
I mean, nobody understands it, so really.
Well, yeah, I guess technically no one fully understands this yet, but that's
I'm high as fuck right now, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I got you.
Well, yeah, these are the type of videos and dumb shit I pay attention to when I'm driving or.
Yeah, that's what I listen to some fucked up shit when I'm driving. That I'm like, man, I thought I was fucked up, but this dude's really fucked up.
What was the one we were listening to yesterday? So there's left and right. What was that?
Handedness. It's like the reason why there's pretty much.
So like you have a chemical makeup, and there's a lot of these chemicals have like a left and a right-handed version of them. And it's all the same things in both, but when they're laid out like left-handed or right-handed, they're like two completely different things. Like, what was the two? So like
it's like everything in this world.
Form,
everything there's
it
two
smells
things.
like lime, and in right-handed form, it'll smell like pine. But it's actually the same shit in it.
Same molecule, just left-handed versus right, symmetrical.
Oh, you're just talking about like the structure of the molecules?
Yeah, I better quit talking because like this is some serious nerd shit, and these dudes don't.
Well,
really
if you think about it, everything in this world is
today. We're like, you see what I mean? I shouldn't be wearing glasses. I try to think I'm smart in these things.
Hey, but first, why you on Elton John? What happened with the other chair?
Oh, it's behind me. I don't know. I switch back and forth.
Oh, she doesn't know about Elton John, does she?
I need this one.
She doesn't know about Elton John, the chair.
Yeah,
somebody
so like
said
my
that.
Chair is.
Somebody said that Elton John was straighter than his chair. She's new. Does she get the question?
Yeah, we should force her to answer the question. So first off, I don't know. You can't ask someone that. So I'm just going to ask the question. I'm not going to ask.
You can ask her anything. Go ahead.
No, you can't. You can't ask girls certain questions. So the question I'm going to ask instead of like pretexting this.
No, do it. Ask her the real ones.
Okay, so what's your age?
43.
Oh, I was guessing 19.
You're fooling me.
But
you're fooling me.
But either way, so if you could go back in time and live the same life you lived, you can't change it. You can't invest in Google. You can't make these huge like.
What changes would I do differently?
Nope, not at all.
Oh.
Would you rather go back to that time? Were you happier back in the day? Are you happier now? Did you like it in high school when 8 of you threw together to buy an eighth to smoke at a party and it was really shitty weed? Or do you like now where you just buy a bag of weed?
Just weed wise or life in general?
No. Just full life wise, everything.
I think that I'm happiest now because I'm at my best understanding of myself. I've went through a lot of trauma. And like in high school, it was just one thing after another, one bad marriage. So now, I don't know, I've done the most work, and as scary as some of the mushroom trips have been, I came out the other side. And there's a term called shadow work, right? Like where all the deep stuff, like sometimes it comes out in the bad trips, and you have to work through that shit. And I've put some time into doing that.
Okay, so elaborate on that real quick. I guess kind of like start off with giving me how you kind of went to mushrooms to try to fix this, which I totally believe in mushrooms.
I found weed and mushrooms through like wanting to have fun, like for recreation. And then like what I found is that I was actually treating some of my prior traumas. And then getting like further into learning about psychotropic medicine and then different therapies, you realize like, holy shit, like I was doctoring myself. But mushrooms have definitely helped me.
Yeah, like Method Man and How High.
Yeah, I do love that movie.
That's a good movie no one talks about. You know what I mean?
And I know some women are afraid to say their age, but like not me. Like I'm proud of being 43. I don't, when I was growing up, I'd ask my mom, like, how does it feel to be old? And she was like, first of all, bitch. And then secondly, she's like, I don't feel any differently than 17 because that's, how just your body feels differently. And like at 43, I still feel like I'm fun, like I'm 20, right? Maybe my bedtime's earlier, but I do feel a little bit wiser than 20. I don't know.
Well, I'll say this too. So like speaking on that somewhat, like remember what your parents looked like at 43 compared to what they looked like at 20 and what you look like at 43 compared to what you looked like at 20. Yeah. Like if you go back to some of my older pictures from like 20, I look older than I do now if I shave off all this gray. So like I think our generation like stayed cool longer or at least cool looking longer than they did. So I don't think we have that same, like, don't call me old like they do. And I think that's something.
Hey, and it's not gray, it's chrome. Get it right, man.
Chrome.
Get it right.
I think salt and pepper's hot for one.
No.
I'm just into it. But
I love being old too. And I actually I don't understand. I love all my flaws. And
if you've lost people along the way too, like even though like I have fears and issues still at 43, like I'm so thankful that I'm here because there's some people who didn't get to be here.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's why every day I wake up, I was like, man, thank you. I get another day in paradise.
Yeah.
That's why people you don't let shit bother you, man. No. You just live life like there's no tomorrow.
I try to be nice to people. I try smiling at people. I know sometimes it freaks people out. Like I get high all the time, and sometimes I smile at people that don't even really like me, but I always forget. But like even today at the gym, I was like at the gym on the treadmill, and this dude, like I smiled at him, and then I realized like, oh, you just can't be fucking smiling at strange dudes at the gym that like give off wrong vibes. And then he did pull up on the treadmill next to me for like a half hour. And then he switched, and then I thought, well, that's fucking weird. And then I'm like, why am I weirded out that my stalker like moved over? I don't know. it's strange having ADHD or whatever's wrong with me.
I can't believe that motherfucker lasted for half an hour on the fucking treadmill. I'm fucking like get on that motherfucker and I'm fucking getting right back.
Bro, that's probably like his workout plan. I'm gonna like smile at the hot chick, and then I'm gonna move in to talk to her. But I'm so nervous to talk to her that I'll sit there and run for an extra 15 minutes because I think I'll get the courage up, and then eventually I just quit because I'm so tired.
I probably just can't smile at everybody, but I want to.
Don't huff at me.
Oh.
I'm gonna start snotting in my face now.
I love when you just randomly throw one person up on the screen and they're
you see the dog? Yeah, she's kissing the dog.
Yeah.
Lady's ready to go outside.
She is. She comes in now and she'll put her little whiskers against my face and go.
Thank you guys for letting me come hang out with you tonight. It was super fun.
Yeah, come back every Monday and hang with Kate and Roger.
It was super fun.
Well, we were just on vacation last week. We usually do this every Monday. So.
She was gonna come last week, but then vacation. So
yeah, well, I wasn't really vacation.
It was you popped my podcast cherry. It was my first podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
They're not that bad, are they? They seem all like the first one I was going to do. I was like, I'm just going to sound stupid and look like an idiot. And then I did and was like, that wasn't that bad to sound like an idiot and look stupid. So you did way better than me.
That's me all day, every day. I just roll with it at this point.
I was smoking weed for a fucking week straight. I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't no ass to chase.
He said I was smoking weed for a week straight.
Yeah.
So in your mushroom trips, like you referenced you had a couple bad ones. Like how'd you push through those? Like that's usually what turns everyone off. But I had a few bad ones where I came out at the end. Like
did you think you were dead in any of them?
No, I have this amazing ability when I do crazy drugs, like throughout my whole life, where when it starts going really bad, I convince myself that I'm on drugs and this is what they're supposed to do and calm your ass down.
That's great.
It's always worked. I mean, at least to this point, who knows? I still do stupid shit, so I could fail at any day. But if it starts getting real bad, I always convince myself or start talking to myself in my head like, hey, idiot, you took a lot of drugs. Drugs make weird things happen. Quit tripping, or you're just on drugs. That's why you're being this way. And I can usually calm myself back down and roll through.
That's what you should do. That's great.
But yeah, like sometimes, like you said, it's trying to make you fix a problem. So like maybe it's not the best idea always to tune it out like I do, or convince yourself you don't even need to think about it. Because I feel like on mushrooms, a lot of times it like, I don't know, kind of opens shit up and makes you see things in a different way.
There's certain strains or cultivators that will bring that out, like Golden Teacher. That's definitely one that where you're not going to have as many visuals, but you are going to be more prone to having lots of thinking.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're
becoming more and more like accepted. And once again, I don't know how not. It's like a natural thing that grows on Earth, like that we might have come from. I mean, in some theories, I'm not like saying I buy into all of them, but
drug though, and that's what makes the money. So that's why they lean into the antidepressant.
Yeah, but why can't a pharmaceutical company just take that over and give us good shit? Well, because it actually heals you and you don't keep making money.
True that.
That's probably the problem. They did research it and they were like, whoa, this shit works. We can't have that. Like, we need these people sick forever so we can keep pocketing money. I can't have them healing. Like, that's insane.
Yep. That's the way it goes. It makes the world go round.
It is. It's crazy. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah. All right. I got to run. My cat scarfed down a whole thing of food and puked it up.
All right,
my
guys.
dog is annoying the shit out of me, so I got to take her on a walk.
Thank you so
much.
Thank
you. Have a great night,
guys.
And hopefully you guys come back next week.
We will see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.
See you guys.
That was good.
Well, that was fun.
What'd y'all think?
I thought she did very good for her first podcast. Like she flowed right with it, took to the jokes, wasn't offended by our creepiness that would normally offend normal people. I felt pretty good.
That's the
Two pretty girls. I mean, that helps too. I'm sure we had a ton of dudes hang on as soon as they saw both them pop up. And
It wasn't me fucking doing dabs all night. I'm telling you, I did. I got this blinker shit down. Yeah, she's definitely cuter than Roger. That's for sure. And she said she got a bigger
4-inch cot jokes.
Yeah, and she said she thought her cot was a 6-inch cot.
So I was gonna say I said, she just rolled right with it. She flowed right in. Kate was Kate. That was pretty good. I don't know what that was.
Somebody knocking on the door or something.
I think they shut a door. Probably stealing out of my truck or something. The neighbors.
Racing in Colorado. Lance. I'll probably murder his last name. I can't even remember his last name. Nigg, maybe it's Knigg, I think, or E, I think. But he won actually small tire, and they had like an outlaw class, but it wasn't no prep. They ended up prepping, and they went there. So
yeah. Still racing though, right?
Yeah.
Still pretty good racing.
Yeah. A bad day at the track is still a good day.
I don't know. We've ran a couple events this year that they prepped. I mean, and it wasn't radio prep or even like really drug or anything. They prepped it one time and we ran it. And I don't know. It wasn't that. We still had a blast.
Yeah.
We did it at Stanton and then that test session last week where we wheelied, and that was probably part of it. But
yeah, I know they got down to it was Ryan and this other guy. I think one of the event people.
Was it the Maroon Chevelle or something?
Yeah, no, the Maroon Nova ended up winning.
Nova, yeah, it was a good looking car.
But it was Ryan and I can't remember who, but they both jumped. Okay.
What?
They
Ryan
both jumped. Yeah, they both jumped the light. And
I don't think Ryan ever jumps.
And it was pretty close. But and they end up calling Ryan a winner, and it was by a fender. So they come down and I looked at it, and they both move when I'm scrubbing it the exact same time. Same body movement, same squat.
So it was a dead tie jump?
That's
a rare day right there. You got to rerun it because both cars jumped, but they both jumped at the same exact time.
And they were going to end up rerunning it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this. I don't know what I'm thinking. If they both jump at the same time, would you call what was called at the finish line, or would you make them rerun it?
Oh man, that's tough. I guess what I would probably do is rerun that, just because the argument, if you don't, it solves it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what they were going to
discussed it in the beginning of the race. Then it would be what you'd set out in the rules. But without having like a rule in place, I would say, hey, you both did the same thing. Rerun the shit. Yeah. Sorry that you wasted that run, but you both fucked up, for the record.
Well,
I'm not throwing both of you out.
They were going to end up running it, but Ryan ended up breaking. I think he dropped. Had Pro Charger problems. I'm not sure, but I think he had parts to fix it. But I think he had motor problems as well, because one of his burnouts, it looked like one of them top fuel. When they lose a cylinder.
Yep.
Yeah, you know how that one of his exhausts was looking like that. When he was running on the last pass, and I don't think he could have got back together time, but they paid out it was $20,000, but they paid out 15 to win, 3,000 for second, and Simi's got $1,000 a piece, so that's the way they end up paying it out. And then
that's pretty good.
They end up paying him Lance another 1,500 because he was out of state winner.
Oh, so, yeah, I saw
that.
They added
that. Yeah, and then plus whatever the outlaw class played. So,
and was the out-of-state winner that they had to win the whole event to get that, or they just had to be the last one standing?
They had to win small tire.
Okay.
Well, I guess I see what you're saying there. If all the
well, because this is what happened at PYLP. So Mike had like 3,000 on the pot and knew there was only going to be like, 15 of us or, 18 of us because, there was some other big events around and stuff. And so when we went up to buy in, he said, hey, do you want to get in another pot? And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, there's a second pot you can buy into that's a last man standing pot. So like if you're confident enough in yourself and you want to try to win more money, you can buy into this pot too. You know what I'm saying? And get extra money. And I kind of was like, man, that ain't horrible. You know what I mean? Because like some of these guys want those huge buy-ins. Just do a separate pot and have 8 or 9 people buy into that too. And then just be the last one standing or win it all.
Yeah.
And you get it. But yeah, I don't know. That was, I wasn't opposed to it. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Ed, that's what I ended up looking. I just said, I said, well, if they won by a fender and y'all both jump at the same time, I said, y'all do that? And one guy, we rerun it. And Brian goes, all right, we'll rerun it. And I'm like, well, there you go. But yeah, I agree. Rerun. If it was, I mean, when I'm scrubbing it, I'm getting 960 something frames a second. So if you move at the exact same time on a tire crack, you're moving the exact same time. So or relatively pretty close to the same time. And then one guy got mad and he goes, if we ran off a tree, then this would be non-existent. I said, well, yeah, I agree. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Like if you came to a race that wasn't a tree, why in the world would you even comment on the tree? You could have drove to some other track that was running off the tree then. So run off the damn tree.
Sherm. I thought you did. You went around.
I know in a buyback race that you were flagging, I jumped and he won that against me. So he's at least won one round of a buyback race.
No, he said no. I thought you went. Didn't you go past first round in War in the Woods?
I was gonna say, I swear to God, he went farther in War in the Woods than the first round. I don't know. I guess I don't remember. He would know better than me.
I've smoked a little weed since then. I ain't gonna lie.
I have, man. Woo.
Nope. He said nope. Nope and nope. Well, it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. That's what's up next for me at the moment.
I think me too. I don't know. Like,
I know
we'll see what Jeff wants to do, but more than likely, we're just going to test this car behind my shoulder all the way to War in the Woods. We're going to go find surfaces like War in the Woods, and we're just going to make as many laps as we can and wherever we go and get this thing dialed in so we know where we need to be or what we need to put in it for it to do what. Try to keep the front end down.
Yeah. I might be out in the streets next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to outfit. I got a camper from Chuck, or not a camper, but a utility trailer, and I'm going to convert that into like a little sleeping quarters.
Yeah.
So
that'd be cool as shit.
So if I do get a little high, I could just stay there, and then we're good.
I was just reading that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So where'd you go this weekend? Did you go anywhere?
Did I go anywhere? Oh no, everything rained out up here. I was gonna judge a car show in Onondaga, but that rained out too. I went and ate some really good hibachi.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was about
how
it.
Good. How hold on. How do you justify if it's good or not?
Well, I don't know. So
if I can't leave that place without having a shit.
Oh no, like yeah, I eat so much food when I go there because I get double rice.
Oh yeah, I don't do vegetables.
Double rice, steak, and shrimp, and then I don't get salad, so they bring me 2 of those bowls of soup, and I crush both bowls and almost that whole plate. I crush all the meats and shrimp, but I don't crush all the rice by the end. And you got to double butter that.
Oh yeah.
That garlic butter they put on there, dude, is so good. Do you eat hibachi much?
I've been there a couple times.
And then we always tell him extra Coca-Cola, and then he squirts on some extra whatever that brown sauce is that they put on that rice.
Dude, whenever I get it, the double rice with all the, I think I get like the steak, chicken, and shrimp, and sometimes I even get maybe a lobster tail. Sometimes it just depends on.
So good.
I'll have them. They put that yum sauce on there. I was like, whatever it's called. That.
Yep, it's yum sauce. I
it
don't
was
get the yum sauce. I like teriyaki, but
I
some places
get all of
have,
them
like,
and put it on there. Just mix it all together.
Some places have like a teriyaki that tastes like fucking barbecue sauce. It's like not really teriyaki, and I don't like that as much.
So now you know why. If it's yum sauce is good, it's going to do.
It's going to pound you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the highlight of my weekend was hibachi. We did it. I hung with the kiddos, partied with Cora and Graydon, and
did it rain? It rained all weekend or what?
Yeah, I mean, off and on, enough to where like you weren't going to be able to race or dry a track off. But...
Yeah, or just enough to screw everything up, huh?
Yep. It was actually nice when it wasn't raining, but
and I see you.
4 cells on the way.
Yeah, but they were like flood rains.
Hard cells.
Yeah, like it would rain and literally drop like 2 inches and.
Oh yeah, it's one of them it was one of them fucking turd floaters in like fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then instantly like no rain.
The sun's out, but the water's everywhere.
Wouldn't even dry out, and then another 2 inches come through, and it was like, man, it was crazy.
Fuck, I do. Sherm, why ain't you in bed? Are you watching from the bed right now? Watching on your phone? I ain't gonna lie. I got munchies right now. I got.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking
Olive Garden in there for me. We are going to the Pizza Hut or Pizza Place. Oh, what?
Oh yeah.
He
so this dude, Big Matt, fucking gets in the truck, and Noah comes walking around the corner, and Noah's like so fucking huge, like for 11 years old. Jumps in the truck. Matt's like, looks at me. He's like, "You gonna hate me?" I was like, "Why?" He looks at Noah and he's like, "What size shoe are you right now?" Because Matt sells shoes and collects Nikes and Yeezys and all that bullshit. And he's instantly like, my kid's like, "Oh, I got a 10.5." And I'm like, "Oh no." And I look and Matt's just smiling. He's like, "Sweet, man. I'll bring those Jordan cleats I got over and your dad will buy them for you." I'm just like, "You motherfucker." And now my kid for 4 straight days must have asked me 24 times now a day, "Hey man, did Matt bring those shoes?" And I'm like, "Well, since I'm at work and I'm here till 6, it's been 20 minutes since your last call. I don't think he dropped him off up here, fam." Like, God, that kid, dude. Thank you, Matt. Then he tells me, "Nah, I'm too busy. I won't be over there for 8 days. Don't even come over here and help me roll joints today or nothing."
Or me. I'm over here.
Yeah, Mike's over here rolling everything. He's never going to forgive you, Matt. Ever.
You can resend my flip-off picture back to it.
Yeah, he said he should resend that flick-off picture too. No, Matt's awesome.
Yeah, I love Matt.
Is that an egg roll? What was that?
Oh, that was just a cheesy breadstick from Mr. M's. They're
Mr.
good.
M's? Is that pizza?
Yeah,
Is that
Mr.
the
M's
pizza
has always
place?
been good food. I worked there when I was 15. My dad was friends with the owner, Gail. And what was the other dude's name? Because he was really cool too. The Asian guy. He's who owned it after Gail forever.
I don't know.
Yeah, good place.
Now it's that fucking Mexican chick.
Yeah, a new person owns it now.
Yeah.
No,
cool
know
too,
her though. I used to shoot photos too for their menu and shit. But I got 2 breadsticks and I'm fucking munchied out. I want like cookies or shakes or a blizzard.
A fucking waffle with syrup and butter.
I'd rock a waffle with syrup and butter. We can get that at Denny's.
I know.
Be way better if we had a Waffle House, but Michigan fucking sucks. We don't have a Buc-ee's either, dude. If we had Buc-ee's right now, I could go get a brisket sandwich. right now.
Fucking spend fucking 20 grand.
I don't give a fuck. I could eat that brisket sandwich. In Michigan right now, nothing's open.
Well, you live out in the sticks, dude.
Still.
You can go to,
but like, if I drive,
yeah,
if I drive to the capital of Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, right now, it's 10:30. My only options, and this is no joke, is one McDonald's.
Fuck that.
In the whole entire capital, one Burger King, two Burger Kings, the one at Frandor and the one on the west side. Blaze Pizza, which is like what is that? What do they call that? A wood stove?
Oh yeah,
wood fire pizza or whatever. What would be next? Yes, I've tried that triple berry frosty. It's pretty good. There is a Wendy's in Charlotte, but not in Lansing that's open. Gross ass Taco Bell that like I will only eat if it's the last thing on earth, except for those like Cinnabon circles. Those are good.
Yeah, churros.
Those are fun. We should go get those actually. That's what
just go make a churro run.
Fuck yeah, dude. That sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Like not as good as a waffle with butter and syrup.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That last time we went to Denny's, it wasn't that good. Were you the one that went with me, or was that Jacob? It was pretty bad.
Ends up out in your truck.
Yeah, and remember I come out and told you, and I got a waffle. It wasn't good.
Oh.
I don't know.
Churro run.
That's what we were talking about. Well, I want those Cinnabon like deep fried circle things with like cream in them or whatever. Those are fire.
I don't know.
You ain't lived yet, then. Plus, they have those slushies that are pretty good too.
Man, I love slushies. Remember back in the days that you could make it your own and give it as many pumps as you wanted it back in the day?
Dude, the slush puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. You'd suicide that shit. Like,
yeah.
I loved that. It was so good. Remember, we got them at Magic Market. You remember that? You don't remember Magic Market? Right where Subway is?
But I remember.
Yeah, they had the slushing machine with like the slush dog on it. The little, I don't know. It's like, what is that? A Snoopy type dog?
Yeah.
And you could just, they never had a limit on pumps. You made your own. Which is cool.
It is cool. I remember the fucking ones from the school the most. What were those?
Oh, you're talking about the frozen ices.
Yeah, that was just the red and blue option, right? And it spun in the thing. Yeah, those are good. Remember the weed ones we made at Happy Life, though? Then we got in trouble because I was like, everyone's definitely drinking these on the way home. And they were like, you couldn't mix it up properly. So like some cups might be 500 milligrams and you were at least getting 100 milligrams. That's why we called them 100 milligrams. But some of them, when I like started doing the math on the amounts we were putting in, I don't know. And some of the customers coming back that were like, yo, we lost 12 hours. Like I drank that and I passed out for 12 hours straight. Like,
yeah,
Rusty loved that.
Sorry,
man.
Jeff wanted to bring him to War in the Woods. Jeff was like, "Let's fire up the slushy machine again and sell medicated slushies." I was like, "Bro, I don't want to be the announcement Jamie makes when they're like, do not partake in the red or blue slushies. The red or blue slushies are bad." Like,
and he's over there got red and blues slushies.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Jeff, we don't want to do this, man. We're gonna have so many people passed out like on the ground. I just don't want Big Jeff Thomas all mad at me because there was a medical emergency that they didn't even have enough ambulances for.
What's wrong? Everybody's just passed out.
No idea. I don't know what they did. We might
see if we can get.
We're already pulled out and gone.
See if we can get Jamie to drink one that night.
Oh my God. Dude, we got him so high that one night, in the end, when he come up, so like we were gonna steal Jeff Thomas's truck to go back to the room or the Airbnb, me and Jacob, because everyone left us there. And then Jamie come walking up, and I was like, hey, have you seen Jeff? And he's like, I could tell like in 3 sentences, he is obliterated. Like, and then he's instantly like, yeah, I took some of that weed and I'm so fucked up and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, Jamie, where's the keys to your truck? And he's like, oh, I keep them in it. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, why you want to know? I was like, no worries. Like, instantly went and took his truck and was like, see ya.
He had his camper though, didn't he?
Yeah, so I knew he was good to go. That's why I was like, I need your truck. But I didn't want to ask him because he was so fucked up. You never know if someone's going to be like, you can't, just because they're so wasted. So I had to strategically like figure out where his keys were. Once I found out they were in it, I was like, all right, let's walk over here. And he walked over there. And then as he started talking to someone, we just turned around and walked back to his truck and took off. Shout out to Jamie, the best announcer in the game. Love that dude.
Yeah. The best thing in the world was when he was when we were at KD and he thought he ate fucking weed brownies and he's like, I'm fucking high. I was like, oh wait, them don't have weed in it. Okay, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm all right.
He's so awesome. He was very aggressive in the golf cart race too.
Yeah. You knew who was really aggressive at the end there? Oh, fucking Jeff. Damn, he was ready to swap some paint. And he said, I just got this
brand new cart.
I just got this thing last week. I can't do anything. And then all of a sudden, he's ready to run paint with you across the fucking double. Come flying by you.
Oh, this fucking kid, dude.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God, this motherfucker. So he's got his buddy over here, Bentley, and Bentley is like a really good kid. So he's pretty cool. So I'm glad he hangs with Bentley. But so he hits me up and says, can we drive the golf cart? I said, not on the road. And did Katie tell you no? Because they'll always like ask me, and I'm not going to get caught up in this bullshit anymore. So watch how I still get caught up in this bullshit. Never asked her. She's asleep. So can we? ? I was like, yup. Then in the group text of Katie and everything else, she writes, park the golf cart. It's way too late. Kenzie chimes in, Noah. And then Katie wrote, and it woke me up. What is this jackass's first response? Dad said I could. We'll be quiet. We're sorry. Bro, like, what in the hell is wrong with you, dude? So then Katie writes, way to go, Jasper. So, of course, this is already, like, falling back on me. And Noah tries to, what an idiot. Noah's like, well, it's not his fault. We just started. Can we keep going? We'll be quiet. We will ride the other side and be quiet. Fucking asshole.
Dad said.
So I just texted, park it, narc.
Oh, boy.
I mean, you were going to get the same outcome whether you just said, oh, my bad, then Dad said I could. Like, she was going to change her mind. Oh, okay, well, he's cool. You already know she fucking thinks I'm not cool. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you? Like, that was going to play like that. If anything, that made it worse. Yeah. Like, you were better off saying, oh, I'm so sorry. Can I stay up front? Not anything to reference me. Like, soon as you say my name, she's angry. God, what a horrible idea. Fucking kids.
Are they don't have school? Are they starting school?
No, they've got what? Another week?
So it's getting close, yeah.
I think a week is how Eaton Rapids works. One more week.
There's some schools here that started like 2 weeks ago. I'm like,
I know, same in Lansing. There's schools already going and some not.
What happened to the we didn't start till after Labor Day, and then we finished before Memorial Day back in the day. But we had to be at school at 7:00 in the morning. I mean,
dude, look at his comment. So I said, park it, narc. He says, okay. Then he like replies to the park it, narc comment with, hey, I didn't call you out. Like, dude, I want to smack. My dad would have smacked the shit out of me if that was my answer. Like, if I would have just, like, if we had phones and this shit back then, my dad would have literally just walked out and, like, cuffed me upside the head and be like, well, now you're just going to go to bed. No TV, no nothing. You and your friend can go up there and go to bed. Like, you fucking idiots. Oh, God.
Oh yeah, we're finally under 100 here.
God.
We're at like 98 right now.
98 what?
98 degrees.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, finally. My fucking tent is probably 98 degrees in it. No, I'm not. That's not.
Hopefully not that hot.
Nah. Well, I can see how hot it is.
That's steaming.
I might shut off set at 97. So
that's what I was gonna say. Like, my room can't, like, will shut off before that lights down.
Ugh. $84. I gotta turn the exhaust up.
That's not horrible.
No. 45% humidity.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Not in Texas.
Well, all right, Limpy. I think I'm gonna go get churros.
Churros?
Right? That's what we decided. The one in Holt's open. It's pretty close.
I don't know.
We gotta get something. I need something sweet.
Yeah, I need to go get some that Olive Garden that I got in there.
Nice. Well, all right.
I'll be getting back to the reactions, but I got that one dude gave me a copyright strike for a fucking Cash Days video, so that I reacted to. So it's gonna be a minute before I start trusting reactions again.
What happened?
Some dude in Germany, Alex, sent me a video to react to, and it was like $10,000 Cash Days. And I was like, oh, shit, all right, I'll react to it. And he gave me a copyright strike. I was like, shit, all right, I guess.
Why the fuck would he send it to you if he...
No, it wasn't him. It was the guy who made the video. Sent the copyright.
Oh.
He probably don't even know what Cash Days is. He's probably just one of them media guys that follows a certain genre.
I mean, look at the irony in that they call their event Cash Days and then hit you with a copyright for playing their video to react at it.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's about par for the course nowadays, So
no, for sure. But I mean, like, wow. You know what I mean? That's like being like, hey, don't steal from me while you steal from their purse.
Yeah. That was about the two chicks with the... Oh, you can send it anyway. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I think he thought you were scared, but you just were like, bro, sling it.
I might could react to people that I know that I can react to, and they're not gonna say nothing. But any of the ones that I don't know, I ain't gonna react to.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
All right.
Crazy.
All right, people. We'll see you next week. We got the table tomorrow night.
Don't miss it.
Y'all be good.